For Illinois State right here.
Okay. I mean, you're ready for the polar vortex.
It's cold out here.
Hey, James, it's not that cold. Come on, Dad. Did you and Charlie have that run in Pittsburgh? That was like 05. It was 05.
I called that.
Get a really good draw.
I called that one, though.
You thought we could beat Caldwell?
I definitely thought you were getting to the quarters.
We beat two guys from Boston.
The Powers?
No, it was Leo Power? It was like two brothers. Yeah, Power.
Yeah, Power Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Power and Power.
That was like 6'2", the other's like 5'7".
Yeah.
One of them played in BC.
Yeah, real good players.
Who did you lose to in the quarters? Danziger. Okay. They killed us.
yeah.
We're in there.
This is happening. Look at this amazing graphic
It's
of our
happening.
intro match here for the CPTC
It's
live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Knollwood Club, the host of tonight's Chicago Platform Tennis Charities live stream match. I'm Matt McClure alongside Sean Albrecht, Jason Love, and Cal Noble. We might even add some other people to the stream as it goes. We'll just grab randos off the street, give them a headset.
They're doing a candlelight dinner at the clubhouse.
Yeah, they do have the candlelight going, so yeah, we'll just see.
We'll do some on-the-spot recording.
I was running valet earlier to make some extra cash, and it's a packed house for sure.
It is.
So this is going to be a fun one this evening.
Parking.
This is a Series 2 match that we have going on tonight. This is Knollwood Club hosting against Salt Creek, one of the western suburbs clubs, always known for high-level rackets talent.
The Knollwood Pirates.
Over on the far side in the white hat is John Noble, and he has a partner named Mike Shabraya, who's generally good guy, captain of the team, my lawyer. You know, it's just all kinds of good
He does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, hey, what a coincidence.
Looks like we're starting already.
Does he charge you?
Nothing. He never charges me. It's incredible.
This might go very quickly if it's any
I'm hoping that that's not a constant, but, that's the way that it goes. And then over here for Salt Creek is James Goldman right here in the red. And his partner's name, somebody help me, sorry. Todd Schaefer. That's right,
One
Todd
of the infamous
Schaefer.
Schaefer brothers.
One of the
from
only
Hinsdale.
guys in paddle that's taller than me, which is weird. And we're just getting going, and we were outside fixing the camera, so we'll get the score here in a second, and just
I don't mean to laugh, by the way, Coach. I'm just in a good mood. The McRib is back, so I'm like.
Is it McRib season already?
I swear to God, I'll just be visiting.
Almost as good as the
That's a great
Shamrock
volley.
Shake season.
Yeah, I don't know when
volley.
Shamrock Shake season is, but I love it.
St. Patty's Day?
Yeah, okay, all right.
Shamrock?
Yeah, no, I get that part.
What a
it
volley.
feels like sometimes it lasts like 2 weeks, and sometimes it lasts 5 months.
It does,
I can't tell.
If you get the right person at the counter, you can get it.
You get it
anytime.
year round.
That green ooze they put in the shake. They really
I mean, that is assuming the
save some in
shake
the back
machine
there.
isn't broken like 90% of the time.
Save it. Speaking of saves, there we go.
Yeah,
That's
no,
good,
this is
Coach. Look at the
Ooh,
So
should
Brian
move.
with the hands.
So this
And a
is
break.
going to be a fun one because you've got 4 very talented tennis players that played very high-level doubles back in the day.
Without question.
And they're great paddle players, too. I don't mean to say that. But point is, you'll see a lot of blitzing, a lot of poaching, a lot of great volley work.
And some big drives.
James Goldman's been wearing the same red jacket since 2005.
Yes.
So
I think isn't that a sponsor thing? Look at this, it's going to work.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, and those pants are from high school, so I mean that's pretty amazing.
The only thing he's not doing is stuffing him in his socks, like the bottoms of him in his socks.
I
like we used to.
appreciate that he always prepares as though he is going to be in a polar vortex. Like no matter what, like it's
I don't blame him.
It's
though.
26 degrees, but he's like, well,
that's called being.
what if it gets colder?
We call that macho, Coach.
You'd
we call it
rather
being
be
prepared.
warm than cold.
Agreed.
Darn right.
Agreed.
And I know that
What a
we
pickup.
joke
Come
about
on.
the warm weather tips, but tonight you're going to get a boatload of Jason Love cold weather
That's
tips.
right. This is your time to shine, Jay. This is your moment. So this is going to be a fun matchup out here because we have a little bit, of
Good lob.
of variation between the teams, right? So like John Noble loves his backhand. He will drive forehands, but his backhand is particularly fancy.
But look at that.
Awesome by
Almost
Goldman.
like a pickleball point.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Swinging volley, which is really a roller. But
Mike
we'll just
Shabraya,
call it
good
that.
out of the screens, lots of placement on his forehand drive in particular. He doesn't hit
It's
it
a big
particularly
serve.
hard, but he
Nice
picks
touch.
nice little spots and precision. Wrong drive at him, he's going to figure out ways to hit like little drop shots.
Yeah, he's got some hands.
And touch shots. I haven't seen Schaefer play before, so I'm kind of interested to see, how that goes.
I've played him a boatload of times.
Yeah.
Great hands. Look at he gets tight to the net. So I think he might have been at least a one-time Illinois State high school doubles champ, maybe 2.
Oh,
Doesn't
geez.
surprise me.
Hinsdale Central powerhouse back in the
Not a red devil.
Red Devil.
What does success feel like?
Goldman
touch
is
there, I
known
guess.
for his drop shots.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was some nice touch on that last one. No question.
But no, that was my point, right? You're going to see a lot of Tennessee tendencies out here.
Yep.
And not Tennessee, the state.
I was just going to say, no, Nashville, we were talking, because we do have some country music going in the background, Coach. Some country music out there.
Yeah, this hut is always bumping and fun. They've always got, barbecue or prime rib for dinner. So
I reckon
one of our favorite,
Smells so good.
one of our favorite locations.
Beautiful
That's
serve.
a huge serve.
On a game point.
That only counts as one, though.
Yeah, you do not get double points.
Was that a Lord of the Rings reference?
Other sports.
That only counts as one.
That only counts as one.
Sorry, I'll let John off the hook for that one. But the swing and the miss plus the nick, still only 1 point.
First of all, we should mention our sponsors for this evening, I would imagine, no?
Yes, now that we've gotten the stream up and running, let's absolutely say thank you to Illinois Bone and Joint and Viking Paddle.
Yes.
And Wind Trust Community Banks. As well as Volley, which has been an incredible sponsor for the APTA and the CPTC in a variety of ways. So lots of fun. We appreciate them.
And also Mr. Kool-Aid.
Hey, look, I'm not that fat yet. Of course, a couple more McRibs, and maybe I could burst through the wall for you.
One can dream, Sean. One can dream. We also have a fun little surprise tonight where we're going to occasionally turn up the volume on John Noble. So he's testing an on-court mic for us that we're going to turn him up occasionally, maybe during some changeovers, and see what the players are talking about.
Exactly.
In a real candid, intimate moment.
Right. Having said that, we didn't design the microphone. Because it did sound like that. Like, we designed this microphone and we want to see how it works. No, we're just going to see how it works in the, in the context of the telecast. I'm going to call it telecast because I'm old school, Cal.
I also want to say, what a great show of sportsmanship. You're not going to see four greater guys out there, right? Great return by James Goldman and Mike Shabrai. Obviously, let it go past. It was questionably in or out, but he acknowledged that was a great shot. Again, four great guys out there.
Yeah, I can.
See, usually what we need, if we're going to put a mic on somebody, it's got to be somebody that doesn't stop.
Yeah, there he is.
Doesn't stop yapping like me, pretty much. All right, well, I'm just going to say it for somebody else so they don't have to.
Well, thank God we didn't put it on James, because he does not stop talking.
Look at that. There.
Nice.
I love how John basically said he was rusty. I should be so lucky to be that rusty.
He has to be the best PTI with the most rust of anyone in the game of paddle.
Rust laden.
Like correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, because I know you were looking at it earlier, but he's like a 1.4 PTI, and he plays like 4 matches a year.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, when you're the president of the CPTC, I think you have a little bit of insight into how the algorithm works.
Are you saying that
he's got login? Is
are
that
you
what
saying
you're suggesting? He's got a login?
Are you saying he's going to pardon somebody? What are you saying?
Well, hey, don't bring up the pardon, please.
Too soon? No, it's really that. He plays league matches.
What a pick.
And then he plays, a tournament here or there. Yeah. And when you're
that's sick.
When you're good like him and
like
you win a couple rounds against some good teams, you're going to end up,
right there
with that ranking.
He's one of those guys that you hate to play.
Yes.
Because he's got unbelievable hands, great technique, great skill set. And if he's on, you're going to have a heck of a night.
Yeah.
Especially on that backhand side, that's a problem.
And I also want to say that he's one of the originators of the slash overhead.
Yes.
The spin drop shot.
Yeah,
what a shot
bunch of kill shots. It's very funny that John Noble is one of the guys who has been in paddle for as long as he has, and he's so aggressive. Yeah. He's just like, if I have the chance to pull the trigger on this shot, I'm doing it. And if I win, I win. And if I lose, I lose. And I do not care.
He's won multiple Chicago Charities 90s.
Oh. Yep.
He's won
Illinois states.
A couple states.
Yeah.
He was a perennial top 10 finisher in national tournaments. So again, we're joking at his defense because he can't hear us, but he can commentate. But phenomenal player.
Yeah, without question.
And again, this is a Series 2 match, right, guys?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Just to be clear, there
depth.
No.
two levels above this that play regularly.
Oh, they're going a little Australian. I kind of like this.
Well, James has a great return.
Yeah, he's been going
although
cross court
there's
and ripping the
There's
cover
the
on
curse of the announcer, right?
If there is a cover on the
yes.
ball.
That is one of the
Yes.
cool things about having him mic'd up is that you start to hear a little of the serve strategy, right? The the call to go
That's the
Aussie,
second net cord forehand
acknowledgement
from
of the signals.
Schaefer. Just magic on that forehand side.
30 all.
And everything's possible in the world of magic.
Spirits of illusion.
Is that a Lord of the Rings reference?
You know what's funny is that I
too positive.
don't even remember that original skit. I just remember it from the Martin Short special. that's the. I know that he'd done it multiple times, but that was
Exactly.
my point of reference.
Was it Doug Henning? I
Doug
think?
Henning. Spirits of illusion. If you ever want to work in this town again, I swear.
Uh-oh. Panel
Oh,
index.
yeah. Great volley,
Great
though.
volley.
Yeah, Doug Henning looked like every band member from the band Boston.
Yep,
at one
yep.
point. They all looked that way. Nice.
There was this special
Good
time
hands.
in entertainment where you could just be the
Good
biggest dork,
anticipation.
and it was not a problem. I guess it's
Matter of
still
fact,
like that, but it's
it
mostly
paid
with live
off,
streaming.
I think it was. It really, yeah.
Mostly an internet thing
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
but
yeah, it's changed. Yeah, you're not allowed to be on mainstream television, but you can
Too bad
be on
because,
the internet.
Can you be on a
Great
telecast?
volley
Look at
from
the hands
Shabraya
from
there.
Shabraya. So that was a huge tomahawk, especially coming out of a tree like that. I mean, coming at you, Todd, was he
Aussie,
7'3" or whatever? That was huge.
All
He
six
smacked
of,
that
all
thing.
six
taller
of his
every time they
brothers
bring
are
it up.
7 feet tall, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Little long. No, they played it.
Again,
What a
four,
sportsman.
four nice guys out here.
It is
Yeah.
good sportsmanship, and
Oh,
I would
what
have
a dig.
I would have agreed that it was
Oh.
in. I also thought it was in.
Pirouette from JG. Goldman with the Baryshnikov is what they call it, I suppose.
What score would the Russian judge give that?
The Russian
Better.
judge would have been paid to do something specific.
The West German judge, they can't be
Yeah.
paid off. They just pissed off all the
Yeah.
time.
Then they would have gotten called on it, and they would have had
Right.
to have shared gold.
I'm just going to start the telecast.
Oh, yeah.
Sean,
Nice. Yes, sir.
by saying, again, please text in any questions, comments. Do I need to announce my number online?
I don't think that's a great idea.
No, I love it.
Oh, it's a
I
great
actually
ball. Good
love
hands.
hearing
It's a
it.
great volley, too. Look at that. He one times it. That's in there. Like, no way.
I think that's
inside
only
out.
dangerous, Jason, because you'll end up with a Tinder account whether you have one or not.
You know what? That's fun, though. I say that may not be high percentage, Coach, but you know what?
Yeah, no, I mean,
You got to have a good time
That
out
thing
there.
came way out.
I'm with Todd. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
Give
came
a
way
little-
out. He had the swing at it. If
Right.
he levels it out, it
A little
works.
tomahawky forehand. Why not?
If you have to chase it down, it's a little tougher to convert that shot. I also think that, correct me if I'm wrong here, Jason, but in terms of, when players like to hit the ball hard, you might have a few more screen drive opportunities, and that might be
Exactly.
something that you're looking for because it's a little colder. Maybe the ball doesn't jump away from you as
Yeah.
quickly as it does when it's warm.
Yeah.
On the
And so-
board now.
Well, I think, again, remember, even still in the cold,
at
why are we
4-1,
letting it
aren't
go
we?
to the screen? To give ourselves more time,
Right.
So we can hit
Right.
a better ball.
I just thought it was stylish. I didn't,
It does look cool,
Yeah. Just walk.
and that's fair.
I want to be very clear that it's important to look cool when you're on the live stream, and that the scores don't matter. Everything's made up. It is, none of this matters. It's like the referee in professional wrestling. Like
Yes.
whether you keep score or not. Like who
I'm not
cares?
sure that on-court mic was such a good idea.
I think it was a great idea.
It was definitely
Little
not
late.
John Noble that said that.
Okay.
was it?
All right.
No,
That
that's
definitely it picked
no,
up
that's
somebody.
definitely
picked up
not
court
him.
too.
It's a good thing this is cable.
Oh, great serve into
Did
the
he-
nick.
You know what?
Did he
That's the
call the
second
doink?
time he calls it.
It doesn't count unless you call it, Sean.
Yes, you do have to say dink.
The
or
bank,
doink.
the bank
Doink
is open.
early.
I'm telling you, that thing is humming.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's
look,
heavy.
That's been the new trend, right? The last 4 to 5
Smack
years
it.
is go hard at that deuce court.
Yep.
Nick.
Yep.
Scott Bondurant.
Oh,
look at
jeez.
Did that go
Can't
over?
believe
Yeah.
that went over.
That's what James has been doing
Unbelievable.
for, 20 years of paddle.
Yes.
That drop shot. That's what he's known for. But no, you take that hard serve. Scott Bondurant was one of the first guys that did it. A number of other guys do it too, obviously. But
Tyler Frazier. I'm trying to
just
think of a whole bunch of guys
Just
just
take
pounded.
aim at the deuce corner. And you just
Smack
run
it.
the risk, right? You let it go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hits the nick. But the problem is if you hit the side screen first, you're going to take that thing to Pound Town.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
going to be a problem.
it's getting hit.
Yeah.
Sit down. Let's try.
That's a nice little drive, that speed there.
Yep.
From Schaefer to just kind of put it on that chicken wing volley.
All right, should we get serious? Should we get into it?
Well, they're what are they?
I will if
They're
they
1-4
will.
down,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's 1-4. I want to say.
So we talk cold weather paddle, warm weather paddle,
Shot.
right?
What a shot from Chabraya.
And any ball that lands closer to the service line than the baseline when it's cold should be driven every
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
And so, Schaefer's drive there, right, was spot on that. Just lands a foot or two behind the service line. Doesn't even have to be hard.
No,
Just drive it at the net guy.
No.
I love
Good
that
hands.
move.
I do.
Love
Yeah,
that
good move there. Noble has quite the drop shot as well. He will also stretch all the way across the court and then hit like a tough little drop or jam volley.
I love playing with John because he covers so much.
He really,
net.
yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking about Todd in terms of his height advantage.
Oh, a little
it's not
Gomer
like John
Pyle
is
surprise
small.
drive there.
This is another break point. I want to say set point. Oh, look at that.
Yes, a break point.
It's a good cutter, good kill shot.
I'm digging this country music. I was complaining about it before, but now, you know what?
I'm feeling it.
Well, you know what it is. It goes along with the McRib. If I get one, I'm going to feel kind of, like I'm getting some barbecue. You know what I mean?
Well,
We flattens that out. Talk about taking a chance.
Sean Tiernan just said hi from the APTA. She wants to make sure you know that she's listening.
Oh, that's
she
cool.
misses you, yeah.
She's listening. She's not
listening.
watching. She's
Yeah.
listening.
Both. She
Oh.
might be doing the dishes or cleaning the
Tiernan,
house
are
or
you
something.
streaming while you're driving again?
Yeah,
because
don't do
that is ill-advised.
Don't do that.
You can't be watching YouTube
Please.
while you're in
It's
the
not
car.
safe.
Yeah.
But I agree. And Sean, that's
Yes.
a great transition into the country music there. Brad Smith, the director of racket sports here at Knollwood Club.
Big time fan.
Big country music fan. Brad's been here, I believe, since 2000,
Oh, what a
That's
shot!
a great drive as well.
2014.
Yep.
Great program.
Wow.
Yep.
So
Yep, Brad's on that spot. I can tell
The
Brad.
rattlesnake.
I can tell Brad enjoys the
Sit.
country because he also wears more camo-oriented paddle
Yes.
clothing than anyone
Oh,
I've seen.
Looks
That's it.
good
But
on
that's it, right? Like John is
Did we
not
just
gonna.
get the
He's
set
not
there?
gonna pass on that shot.
I think
no, you
we
got to
did.
hit it.
I believe that was set. Let's hear from our sponsors. We're gonna switch it up and be right back after these messages.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Wide. Love side. No, you're long, sorry.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
back. We're pretty sure about the score being 5-2.
The beer here is great.
There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on
the
in the hut.
barbecue and the country music.
We've
So
also
good.
put Cal in charge
what
of
a
keeping
shot.
score, running the stream, doing all the replays. And
MC Hammer.
Did we bring him back and we left out the new guy tonight?
yeah, I left out the
New guy.
new guy.
Darn it.
Yeah, Eli was out this evening. He was at speech and debate practice. What a nerd.
We'll all work for him at some point.
Which goes along really well with the majority of my children and hired help, but it's just the way it is.
I'm the latter. I've been called hired
great
help so
roller.
many times.
What
Sit
a
down.
dig. I love
Look
the
at
blitz,
that.
too, off
He
the
does.
high
I
lob.
love. That was stylish. He's still there. He's handling it. I'm just leaving the jazz
Panel
going.
of death. Oh,
Little deep. Yeah, that was the panel of death.
he wants that back.
Agreed. It doesn't really you don't get a better screen dive opportunity than that, right? The hard one off the panel of death.
Yeah, panel of death. I mean, it goes to Pound Town every time. Did you get that condo yet, Sean?
Panel of death. No, I'm still. Yeah, we're still negotiating a rate because I'm hoping they'll come down with the new election.
With the pardon?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Exactly. No,
Oh,
That's great touch.
look at.
Carving the angle.
panel of death would be you know what? It'd be a podcast. POD. I like it.
That was a band.
Okay.
Great
It's
drive.
another great
If not, it should be.
return to knock that down. Not hard, just low.
No. It's got a short backswing. Textbook. Look at the same thing.
Great hands.
Like, how early can you take it?
Yeah, well, again, in the cold, you're going to use a little less topspin, right? So these guys are flattening out their grips, a little more continental.
Yep, you
little
can
flatter
afford
grips.
to.
Well,
Sure.
And again, a very traditional group of tennis players here, right? So flatter ball anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pound Town.
That sounded.
got it.
that's-
Caught the
Look
line.
at that. Put a little top on that thing. It was stylish.
And for those that are new, Pound Town is where you go when
Sit down, sit
I
down, sit down.
cannot
sit down.
wait for this
Oh.
definition.
when someone hits a sitter and you know the big drive is just coming. You're going
Yes.
to take that thing to Pound Town.
Exactly. You get an Uber to a little long. Yeah, I use Lyft actually. They can handle my weight in the car. That's just nasty. I didn't even notice he. All right, we're just having a few camera issues.
Yep.
Still wait. I think
Cold. Is that
John.
a cold thing?
I think
Yeah.
John is. You know, I was making fun of the fact that he said he was what a shot rusty, but I don't think necessarily he was kidding because I don't think he said much so far because you know he's got out there and he's want to get his wind back there. I know, never stopped me from
No, well,
yapping.
again, good competitive points, and that's what I mentioned earlier is right when you got a little more Tennessee atmosphere, right? Tennis, right?
Nashville.
It's going to be quick shot exchanges. Look at the hands.
Oh.
He wants.
So let me get this straight. He got the one
Pause
from the
this one,
tomahawk
pause
overhead,
Yes,
but not that one.
Not that one. He hit the ankle volley, but
Exactly.
not the shoulder high volley.
Hit,
You know, sometimes you can hit a shot so impressive that you distract yourself.
hit, nothing. Hit, nothing.
Famous Mike Raleigh comment.
Hit,
Same guy.
Nothing.
Same
nothing.
guy.
You hit the amazing one, but you missed the sitter.
It's so
Hot.
irritating.
Hot.
Who, Mike Raleigh? Or
I like that call from Noble
too.
as well on Mike, you know, saying,
I think that might
that's coming
be
with heat. Heads up.
set right there.
That would be my guess as well now that I think we're there. But, you know, on the
All right.
upside, we've already run the
Take two.
the ad roll. So we don't have to do it again, but we will do
Okay.
a little music in between. No, I like the tunes.
All right.
This is good. Everybody's going to take a breather.
It's
you
not
know?
country, but it'll do.
can we put some country on?
That's I don't know if I have any country. I could try figuring something out.
No, it's all
Nothing without any lyrics in it.
Bill.
And then the writer might get all on our face.
Sure.
All right, where's my...
No, great match. I'm curious to see what a couple breaks there, back and forth. Let's see what the second set brings.
Yeah. Yeah, this is more like
That's a warm-up
reggae.
set, you know, when you think about it. That's really,
From the islands.
everybody, has to commute here and, spend a bunch of time in the car and then
Oh, yeah.
For parking because
warm
of the
up real
candlelight dinner.
Yeah, you got to park a quarter mile away to.
Welcome to my junior career. He would drive 4 hours to play for 30 minutes.
That would always
Just get
drive my
beat
dad
up,
nuts.
yeah.
That was a common question when I was playing junior tennis. Are we going to be there longer than we spend in the car? And I'm like, I'm playing the 2 seat, so probably not.
Definitely, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I'll do my best.
You're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think we're going to see it maybe lengthen some points here, maybe a little bit by John and Mike.
That'd be a good idea.
Some paddle veterans.
May as well, because that was quick. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that works in your favor, and sometimes, well, it doesn't.
And sometimes it doesn't.
Here, we'll switch gears here. Make it a little more
There
mellow.
you go. I like that.
We're out on the ocean with this one.
Can we use this time right now to throw a shout out? Remember,
Sure.
about to go
This is
live
shout-out music.
the registration for the CPTC Series and States tournaments coming up in January.
Yep.
The weekend of January 25th and 26th. It's one
Yes,
of the
sir.
biggest tournaments in the country.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen again. We've got a level for everybody. It's
passion
going to
and
be
make
hosted
it
all
happen.
over the North Shore. And I believe the state tournament, which is the top level guys, are going to be here again at Knollwood Club.
Yep.
Which is always fantastic. And then the series
This place
level
is beautiful.
tournament's going to be played all across the North Shore. So stay tuned, all the players in Chicagoland. We want you to play. It's going to be great. Again, our goal is to make that experience for you as amazing as possible.
I think we're streaming some of that as well.
It's going to be great, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, one of my favorite tournaments to run in January. So sign up. Information is going to be live on the APTA website, platformtennis.org.
Yes.
I'm always confused by the Oregon.com.
Yeah.
.org.com, right?
I usually just have labeled things .edu and just moved on.
Everything's educational.
.tv,
I like
.gov.
Yeah.
I use .gov a lot.
Yeah. I love that James Goldman gave up throwing the ball over the screen. He's just going to walk it
He's
into
like,
the
no, I'm
corner.
not doing
Yep.
that.
Not doing that anymore. He's so good. But no, everybody
mas.
should sign up. We got a tournament for every level player. So sign up online.
This is your moment, no matter who you are.
And you all
Words
get
to
a party
song
favor.
right there.
That's right.
Everybody gets a favor.
Everybody gets to play matches and a favor, and there's food involved.
Yeah, great lunch. And all the beer you can drink, win or lose.
Oh my gosh, so
Yep.
dangerous.
Yep.
My kind of tournament.
You should have seen the bill we got from charities.
I am not surprised. I guess that's one of the downsides of having a pleasant, weekend when it's super nice out and everybody comes to watch. It's gonna.
It was beautiful weather, right? It was like 45 degrees, gorgeous temps. At the historic clubs all over the North Shore.
Yep.
Every one of them is historic in their own way. There's no question about it. All right, we're starting out with this new
number
set here.
2. Ooh, laser beam return
Nice.
there from Johnny Nobelski.
No
Hit
black.
What a get. Come on.
Oh, is it French?
James Goldman,
Hit.
look at that.
Hit.
I would have uttered a French expletive if I had be on the receiving end of that
No,
shot.
no,
That's
no, no,
gonna
no,
work.
no, no, no.
Just deep.
There
It's
we
a good
go.
eye. It's a good point.
We're now picking up a little bit more of
A
Mr.
solid
Noble
start.
out there.
Yeah.
Get a good shot of this kick serve, and he just does a smooth swing.
Yep.
Thing just still kicks like,
Oh.
yeah. A little long, close.
John does like
Close.
to press inside the baseline a little bit, to try to add a little
there's
more
a forehand.
pressure.
He always did
There's
in
a couple.
tennis, too.
Yeah,
Good luck.
gets the opportunity to take some early, but if you get jammed up, then, you end up having to hit like a half volley lob, which isn't
For sure.
probably anyone's favorite shot.
All right, I got to tell you,
It's too long. It's too
his
long.
swing, I was going to call it his roller, even though there isn't a lot of topspin on that forehand roller of Schaefer. That was amazing. That was flat. That thing was.
I mean, that's one of the perks of a little extra height, right?
true.
Is that like if you can really hit that ball at the peak of the bounce, you're in such a comfort zone
For sure. What a shot.
when you're striking
What
the
a
ball.
shot.
They call that the apex.
They do. Yeah, that's the technical term.
No, and I actually, can we chime in on what John just said? Did you hear what he said on the mic? He
I did
said
not.
he missed two
Missed
lobs.
two lobs.
The lob is one of those shots, everybody, you don't want to miss.
Right.
No.
There's no penalty for a short lob in this game.
No, I'm just going to say that.
Do not miss it long.
It doesn't
good
have
rip.
to be
Good rip.
over the head. As a matter of fact, a lot of tennis players, when they first start playing platform, they think, okay, I want to get the ball over the net player's head. And first of all, very difficult to do. The court is a third the size of a tennis court, so it's not like it's easy to do anyway. But for the most part, no. A lob is pretty much just kind of delaying what we might call the inevitable. I'm not sure that's a Ron Workman phrase, but
Yeah.
somebody said something like that.
We
That
all
has a lot
operate
more.
on the more borrowed and stolen material
Yes.
than original.
Yes.
I don't want to let any trade secrets out there, but
Not me. My stuff's written by ChatGPT.
that came up at my son's student conference or parent conference today. You're not allowed to use that in schools. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's sort of
Frowned
like it is one of those. It's one of those elements where
Shot.
if they're not
cover.
careful.
Oh.
Ooh, I
How
love
did
the
that not
play.
go in?
Yeah.
Not go in? No.
Exactly.
Shot.
So
Oh, wow.
pathetic. Sorry, dude. Great point.
Yeah, it's one of those
Great
things
point.
where, like, if you're not careful, like, at some point, it's going to be one of those,
Little, he
like,
played
if you don't
it.
teach
look,
people how
well,
to
it's
use it
working.
safely and appropriately,
Hit that,
it's
nothing, that.
going to be a bigger problem,
Exactly.
Yes.
Hit.
you know? It's going to be like the
Yeah.
internet, right?
Yeah.
Where, like, when you're in middle school, they were like, nope, no one's allowed to use the internet for research. It doesn't count. And then you were like, you mean all the information that we've ever had ever in one place is not allowed?
I mean, Al Gore should get so
that,
much
nothing,
credit for
that.
that.
It really
Oh.
should.
This is an amazingly political.
I don't know how the inventor of the
Broadcasting.
internet was not president.
Hit that.
I mean, how does
Hit
that
that.
happen?
He was VP.
Yeah,
too
but
busy.
Hit. Nothing. Hit. Nothing.
he was too busy
Hit
updating
that. Hit
Wikipedia.
Now we're getting some
Nice.
Fine.
Yep, caught one.
Yeah, nothing.
Great
Yeah.
lob.
James with the launch lobs.
Yeah, he likes to hit that.
Oh,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Almost a little casual.
no. What a
I
great
agree.
partner. What a great
Yeah,
partner.
that is a great partner. Because I don't ultimately think that
Forget about
Shibraya
it.
did
Oh, I
anything
didn't-
wrong there.
oh, I
He
didn't-
might have peeked to his target before he hit the ball, and so it didn't. But
How dare
it was
you.
a short ball. He was just trying to jam
Yes.
the volley.
Yeah. I mean, Mike and John have played probably 1,000 league matches
Right.
together, so.
Right.
Just long.
Fuck.
All right, I'm going to say it again. I'm not sure that the on-court mic was really such a good idea.
Sorry, I sneezed. I
think.
sneezed. Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah, it's my fault. I opened up my McRib and
I
they didn't
disagree,
give me.
Sean. I think it was a phenomenal
There isn't
idea.
enough sauce in this thing.
This is the internet, and keep in mind to our viewers at home that what we are doing is trying to replicate the in-hut paddle experience.
And now we're trying to replicate the out on the court experience.
Yes, we will let the APTA national, the tour live stream be super professional, and we will do the, hey, this is what a Thursday night league night feels like, ladies and gentlemen.
We haven't been
is
fined in a while anyway.
We're due.
I think we're. Oh, good leave by Schaefer. That was awesome. I would have hit that, but I'm dumb.
I don't know what the governing body is of the internet that would fine us. I'm assuming it's Al Gore.
Of course it is.
He's been pardoned too. Don't worry.
That's a good point, yeah. Dear CPTC live stream, I was disappointed when John Noble was mic'd up. You owe us
He's
half your
Tennessee.
revenue or $0.
He's Tennessee too, isn't he? Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Well, he's from Tennessee.
Only 10 I see. Sean.
Yeah, exactly. The dad humor is rampant here.
It's a good throwback.
What a shot.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't even notice that Schaefer would hit that two-hander swing volley every so often.
I do think these longer
should
points
say
are
screen drive.
helping Noble and Shibraya get into a little bit more rhythm because
Agree.
the points in the first set were so fast that there wasn't a ton of opportunity to find your groove at the net.
Mm-hmm.
And so now a couple of these they're starting to move well. They're starting to adjust to different
It's in there.
styles of shots.
It's
That was
great
right on the
touch.
line, but I don't think there's much you can do with that.
No.
You have to let those be in, I guess, the lines.
Yeah.
But I was just going to say the same thing. Like, I love watching John Noble construct a point with the
That's
pads
a good
overheads.
speed right there. That's a tough ball.
Love 30? Love
Yeah, I agree.
love
Pace. Perfect. There you go. Okay, that's a perfect example right there. That lob,
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was-
knocking James Goldman, but that lob was really
That
short.
was double the height of the lights.
Exactly, but it was real short, but it didn't necessarily cost them.
Trivia question, how high are the lights? Any viewers know the answer to that? Text it in.
I want to say 25 feet now.
The screens are 12 feet.
Correct.
And the lights are an additional, 6 or 8?
8.
8 feet.
So for you mathematicians at home, that's a height of 20 feet.
Which is just slightly
Above Todd Schaefer's
taller than Todd Schaefer is.
Well, they
Yeah,
did.
That's where I was headed also.
Well, the
But
mathematicians
the
must be
equal
at
height
home
to
because
Brett Morse
they are
Carson.
here. Brett, wow, yeah, that's true.
He's slightly taller, yeah.
He's slightly taller than
Might be-
lights.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Shot.
good combo.
They're being some really, I'm going to say,
Hot.
real good patience here.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Bad spot, sorry.
Yeah, John wasn't
All
happy
there.
with that
All there. Regular.
overhead location. And at a certain point, you see that coming, you're just going to have to step up on the net so that's one of those cold weather adjustments, right, Jay? Is that you are much more susceptible to those little volley misses when you're off the net.
Yes.
When it's warmer, the ball has enough action
Shot.
in it where you can get away with kind of a mediocre volley. But when it gets
For sure.
cold,
We spent a lot of time this week working on differentiating and trying to anticipate between a lob and a drive, right? Because
Yeah.
exactly that point. In
Yeah.
warmer weather, you can get away with volleying off the net.
Correct.
In the colder weather, you cannot.
right, you better, if you're not hitting the perfect spot on your paddle, that
No.
ball is just not going to
Yeah.
do what you want it to do.
I think two things to that. One, if you are going to stay back and not move in, let the ball bounce. Take it as a half volley,
Yeah.
right?
Shot.
And then the second part to that is remember, the volley
lot.
is one of
It's a
two
lot.
shots that you can actually watch the ball hit your paddle.
Right.
So you got to let it come to you.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
I also like the
540,
fact that they're
540.
swinging the ball a little bit because I think if you're attempting to pick on Mr. Schaefer, he seems to get into a little bit of a groove just like Mike and John do. So I almost like it when they're just kind of keeping him off balance, not hitting the ad side all day long.
Yeah. Well,
Not
I mean,
that
we've
James Goldman's a picnic, by the way, a little
good
longer.
eye. That's tough.
Well, but
That
you notice
drifted a little
to your
bit.
point, Sean, they just threw what in that rally 3 balls over there.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've talked about it before. At this level, you can't afford to just pick and stick one player the whole
No.
time. Everybody's too good. They're going to find a way to hurt you if they see too many
Nice
balls in a
serve.
row.
A little bit less pace on that serve. Very smart from John Noble. Because generally, Todd's on those things.
Well, maybe he felt a little pressure. James Goldman moved in, announced his blitz, right? So
Yeah.
you feel a little pressure to hit a better return because your partner
That's
is
a
going to
great
get
point,
crushed.
Coach.
Trying
Yep.
to set it up.
Yeah. If you don't hit it well, Shabria is going to pounce.
For sure.
But I do love that announced blitz, personally.
It's a nice
dig.
cover. Oh, trying to get fancy.
Fancy
See,
breakfast.
As that point develops too, that becomes the value of mixing up your drive targets,
Yeah.
right?
Agreed.
So Schaefer goes down the line, it forces Shabria to kind of flip and hit a forehand, and because he has to flip and hit a forehand, he
Probably
kind of
body
spikes
block.
it,
Shot. It's a right shot.
and then it
Pause.
becomes another drive opportunity right away. Forces a lot of switching, a lot of shifting from the net
Exactly.
team.
We've talked about this, right? Like your goal is to make them feel uncomfortable, uneasy.
Yes.
Variety is the spice of life, right? All the sayings,
Yep.
right? But you're right. I mean, you just got to keep them on their toes. Don't give them what they expect.
Right.
For sure. Oh, there you go.
That is a tough speed.
Unbelievable. That was going to drop in.
That was
Yeah, I
in
think
for
so
sure.
too. Yeah, I think John sort of, double
Just
pumped
hesitate.
it
Yep.
because he was like, maybe,
Double click.
maybe
Yeah, you're
it's
not
going to
sure.
drift. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so that's a
Big.
good rip.
That's one of the
James-
biggest forehands
James.
James has hit tonight.
Yeah, it was not only big early. I mean, he took that thing, as you would say, at the apex there, Coach.
The highest point of the bounce.
Yep.
Oh, I love that ball.
Some
Wow,
depth.
great dig.
I know.
Oh,
How
no.
he got it back and it paid off.
Fucking just hand him the
Unbelievable.
game,
What do you got to
hand him the
do?
game. All that work to suck.
I appreciate
so-
the reality.
So
no,
let's, what should we talk about next?
Does he know? He does remember he has a mic on.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean that's the reality of paddle, right? Is that like
You're right.
It is a mental battle.
Better
And
out than in,
Yeah.
right? Let it out.
Yep.
Move on.
I would joke when I would, I wasn't a particularly fired up player on the court, but occasionally I would do that kind of stuff where I would say things out loud or get irritated
He's
because
there.
I wanted my
Shot,
partner
great
to know
shot.
that I cared. Right. Because if you're like a robot out there and you make a bunch of errors, like they start to, question like, what are you doing? Are you trying?
See, this is why we didn't play doubles a lot, because I want to make sure you're not carrying enough. You understand what I'm saying? If you're carrying too much, I'm sorry, we have a problem.
Let's quit. You care too much. We're going to lunch.
Then you'd just be like every Bears coach in the last 20 years.
Right.
And somehow bumble a
Just-
30 seconds left
not-
with one
wow.
timeout.
Just not caring enough.
Lovey Smith and how did you pronounce this last guy's name? Eberflus?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Flues.
I don't know.
He gone.
He
Doesn't matter.
he was one of the coaches where I didn't even know his name.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize he was the head coach until he
Still
got
gave
fired.
the same stare
Play up, all the way up.
as
all
the
way
game
up.
is falling
Well, he's
apart.
moving in next to me in Pound Town now. He's
I think you're misunderstanding. Pound Town is a good place, right?
I don't know.
You want to be in
I don't
Pound
know.
Town.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be in Pound Town.
You know what? We've had enough expletives on the telecast tonight. I'm going to call it a telecast.
Is that next to Lakeview?
Exactly. Identical.
That's right off of 355, right?
Yeah, no, that's out west. That's a different place.
It's wherever I live.
Yeah.
It's Pound Town, guys. Yeah.
I think it's time to quote Brad Gilbert. Look we had such long
We
points.
haven't yet, yes.
We had such long points in the last game, and now
That is
Mike.
big.
That's
every
Mike.
point now has
Really
been
good
less than
return.
4
Brian
shots.
takes the shot, and it pays off on the break point.
Got it.
Amazing.
Couple of big returns. Swing away, I guess.
MC Hammer.
Shorter serves, right?
You betcha.
What was the MC Hammer reference there?
Well, Mike Shabria, I'm trying to give him a nickname. If I don't know if that's okay.
Can't touch this? Where were you going
Well,
with that?
yeah, maybe. You know what? He's also kind of. Isn't there a lawyer that's a hammer out there? Don't they call him the hammer? There was a
Well, that's
lawyer
the
that-
Billboard guy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's
He's
Mike,
easier to
but
cover. Easier to cover.
all right, there we go. We're getting a little bit of a convo here. Here we
That's
go.
fine. Yeah, do that. That's fine. Yeah, do that. Yeah.
I love that.
This is awesome. I feel like I'm right there with him, guys.
We're pretty close.
This is just a banner night for me. McRib and that going on. I mean,
Country music in the
can't-
background.
Yep. You can't get better than that. My mortgage went through for Pound Town.
That's
That's what. Oh,
oh, good move. I
Yep.
love it though.
Yep.
And that's the problem with playing Australian, is you get caught in that kind of
That's a
down
good
the line
point,
single
Coach, yeah.
formation,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
opens up to a blitz, somebody blitzing in off of one of those opportunities.
of course, it's one of those where if it pays off, you're like, great job.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't, you're like, what are you doing?
The Coach Foch famous,
line.
no, yes, yes, yes. Oh,
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
all right.
above 40.
It seems that way.
That's
I mean,
what
it is that
feels
way,
like.
but, kind of quasi-waterfall. What a dig. Yeah.
Good spin.
Hit.
Tell you what, these guys, the range, it's awesome. Most mortals would have to let that go to the screen. You could take one step and one time that thing.
Maybe forced a
Mike.
little bit
Come on,
there
Mike.
from
Yeah.
Todd.
Yes.
It seemed like maybe he didn't love that idea, but he
Doesn't
shifted
that happen
and
every so
kinda
often?
committed.
You one-time something and the ball comes back kind of quick and you just feel like
Yeah.
making a snap decision and it doesn't pay off?
Yeah.
But it worked the whole first set, right? So got to keep hitting it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's tough to switch it up, and it's also one of those things where it can have something to do with your movement as well.
You
like
bet.
every once in a while, you jump on a ball early and you take it on the rise, and everything about it feels great.
Mm-hmm.
And then other times you see the same shot, and something about the way it comes at you, you're like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
isn't going
Yeah.
to work.
Yeah.
And you've already committed.
What is this movement that you speak of? I don't know
I
about
don't know, I just heard somebody talk
sure
about it on
what that
TV.
means.
More gifts.
I like to
It
kind
is
of
Christmas season, John.
stand there with some hors d'oeuvres.
More gifts.
Play-
I tell you what, I was staring.
Well, Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Tell you what, John got robbed
No.
on that one. He was on that return.
Nobody?
I got it.
No.
Oh. Well, there's a first let court
Yep.
or net court
Yep.
shot that Todd didn't
Clip.
get, went in. Usually they go in.
Clipped and drifted wide.
That was big. Look at the touch.
Nice dig. That's going
smart.
to be a tough one, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mike was trying to get out of the way of that one, too. That's kind of tough. You flip that one back.
I love how John says, my fault.
Yeah, like, come on, yeah, you're
My
playing,
fault.
I'm playing
That ball
singles
was
out
off
here.
the snowboards, and he didn't flick it back.
On the opposite
Come on,
side of the
John.
court. My bad.
Right.
Great partner.
That is often what paddle feels like, though. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you have this tendency to be like, well, I was the one who missed it technically, so my bad. You know, but paddle is also a weird enough sport where you can lose a point 3 shots
smack.
ago,
Yes.
and it's just like
Totally.
it's
Flat
just
down the line
inevitable.
like that.
And that's my point, right? Like
Yeah.
the return, the stuff volley, comes back, snowboard, tries to scoop it. My
Right,
bad.
right, my bad, right. Like
Shoulda
no,
had it.
no, the short lob
Good
3 shots ago
hands.
was really what killed us.
It's true. I also like if my partner misses a crazy shot that he shouldn't probably even be taking.
Oh, great volley.
I like to turn into him and just go, come on, routine, man.
Yeah,
What's the matter with you?
Good Rollins. Good Rollins.
Playing singles out here. Just to get a laugh. Sometimes it does.
desperation
sometimes it doesn't.
tweener. Come on, what are you missing that routine?
Look at the veteran move, James Goldman. Goes to tie his shoe, but he puts his paddle on his shoe.
Yes.
So if the court was wet right now,
Yes.
It wouldn't
his
be a
grip
He's well
would
trained.
not get wet.
Yes.
Right?
Well trained.
correct.
Who was his?
And it's going
I
to.
think it's
1-4.
4-1. Yeah.
1-4.
Oh, yep. Thanks, John. Ooh, great ball.
You know what? That's
Missed it? That wide.
Little
just a
wide.
bit wide.
Yeah, a
What
little
does the
wide.
Russian judge
It's really
say?
good. It's really good hands there. Set. Well, he gets low on those things, man.
So cold weather tip, right?
Yes.
Nice.
How do you volley better in the cold? Got to get low.
Get low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the shorter guys, right?
That's a good idea for a T-shirt there, Coach. Got low. No, that's not going to work.
We'll workshop it.
We'll sell it in Pound Town.
Everything works in Pound Town. In the
Nah,
world of
that's
magic.
not true.
I think the
Look at that
wow.
sick.
nice hands.
Come
Nice
on.
Oh
hands.
my gosh!
Noble's hands, amazing. That was a huge shot from
Todd
Schaefer.
twist and turn to hit that tomahawk too.
Sure did.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say the other thing you can do when it's cold is just make sure you're closer to the net.
Yes.
That was a big one.
Well, but you also, to your exact
Lob.
point, if you're reading lob versus drive, that's
Yes.
what gets you closer
For
to
sure.
that, right?
Yes.
Smart. He's there.
So
Good lobs it.
the lob,
It's in
you got
there.
it. The cold is
got the
the
touch.
elements, right? Cold, wind, sun, heat, etc. Things are just exaggerated. So if
That's
you're,
just there.
if you're not good at anticipating shots in
Young
normal
MC
weather,
didn't get
you're going
that
to
back
be
there.
worse at,
Right.
at anticipating shots in cold weather.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's a unique and developed skill to
Yes.
watch your opponent more than you're watching the ball, which is ultimately what you have to get good at for reading shots. Some of it is about what you just did with the ball, right? Like you hit the panel of death. You know, it's
You
time to
bet.
be like, okay, well,
POD.
I better get ready to volley
Yeah.
or give up the net.
Cover the vitals.
Yep, yep. But,
kind of
I
a-
mean, all things being equal, you know, hitting your shot and then having your eyes switch to your opponent and
For
watching
sure.
their paddle and
For
how
sure.
it sets up is a very important and difficult skill.
I want to say to that too, and I jokingly say, I know others do too, right? You know,
Shot.
the
He's
cool
there.
thing is it's no different than walking and chewing gum at the same time.
Right.
You can
Well, there
see
you go.
both the ball and your opponent
Speed.
at the same time.
Oh, a little missed a little long.
Because the opponent is
Yeah.
going to hit the ball
For
so
sure.
they're
Right.
lined up. But
Right.
the problem is if we solely
Tie it
focus
up.
on
Tie
one
it
of
up.
those two pieces,
Correct.
we're never going to get it, right?
Correct, yeah. It's like you have to get good at sort of
Looking at the big
it's
picture
like
rather than-
using your peripheral vision, sort
Yes.
of. Yeah, you're right. It's
Super.
big picture. Because if you're just like, hey, look, I'm
Right,
watching the
not
ball,
good enough.
and
Yep.
you're watching it right, you know, until somebody strikes it,
All right, play here.
It's,
and it
it's,
changes direction.
and it's no different than like when you're watching TV and you just zone out and you're staring at the screen.
Yeah.
Like look at the whole screen instead of
Yeah.
just one thing.
Well, that's a good lead.
Maybe
good
I'm the
lead.
only one that
No,
zones
not
out.
at all.
Well, I thought that's what television was for.
I'm an.
Is that not the sound you should hear
Yeah.
in your head?
Yeah.
Speaking of reading, I'm kind of an all-season.
Now I have no
hooked
idea
on
what's going
phonics
on in
guy.
this rerun of Jack.
It's a good show.
Mark Harmon,
You know,
he's a national treasure.
Wait,
What a
Jag?
rip.
Are we talking about Jag?
A little bit of hate in that forehand.
Maybe he was NCIS.
Yeah,
Was-
I think
was
that's
he
another dude.
NCIS?
Yeah, but it is NCIS. But you know what? Maybe he wasn't Jag. Maybe I just dreamt. That other dude, whatever his name was.
Great lob.
Touch.
Oh,
no
nice
way.
Look at the
dig.
speed.
No way.
Yeah.
Noble
Clap.
speed. No
I'm gonna-
pun intended.
I'm going to clap for that one. That
should.
was
Turn
great.
on the Jets.
That is well worth it. Oh, I kicked the
Benny.
tripod again.
That was amazing. That was awesome. It was awesome. All right. It ain't country if it doesn't have a slide
Great rip.
guitar.
Oh, 2 in a row.
In play. In play.
Uh-oh.
I agree.
Yep. That one, he wants that one back. We've said that a number of times.
He said a lot of Said
Good move by
Good
John.
pressure.
super return from Shariah.
Good
Young
return,
MC
Mike.
now. He's busting the moves over there.
There
Sorry,
you go.
was that bad?
There you go.
That was terrible.
No, that was terrific.
All right.
That's excellent. Let's see if we can get the
Change
rights to
selection.
jock jams.
Oh, Josh. Infomercial.
Bust a move.
All right.
Break. Oh, that was a break.
Went after it.
That wasn't good.
That is a tough one.
Playing
They're
well.
going to
Brick
call
house
it a
there.
match.
Playing pretty well.
6-3, 6-1, Salt Creek.
Wow.
Good points there,
Definitive.
relatively fast.
Yes.
Everybody playing their style, swinging away,
Somebody
making
had
it
a bust to
happen.
catch. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Didn't work as well.
Maybe it was plane. A plane.
That's the way
These
that it
guys
goes.
They get a bus. It'd be a
That was
chartered
the
bus anyway.
Court 2 match from tonight's lineup from
Exactly.
Series 2 here at Knollwood versus Salt Creek. We are going to be right back with the Court 1 match right after this. So we're going to just go to our sponsors real quick, and then we're going to do the countdown screen for a couple minutes while we reset. But stick around, and we'll
love
bring
the
you the Court
countdown
1 match in a few minutes.
And hopefully get a McRib before
Yes, with Shamrock Shake.
Oh my God.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Oh yeah, we are back in action. Salt Creek against Knollwood, Series 2. Thanks for joining us on the CPTC live stream. This is the second match we're bringing you tonight. It is court number 1.
Yes.
Brad
Look at these guys.
Smith.
They hate each other.
Brad Smith and Eric Kottman over there on the far side. Brad Smith is in the yellow hat, and Eric Kottman is in the gray hat in shorts. And then over here on the closest to the camera in the blue hat is Ryan Mullaney, and Harold Martin is in the white backwards hat. We might have thrown in an extra L into Mullaney, but that's okay.
No, it is 2.
It's 2?
Kind of like the
I
comedian.
think we should make it 3 then, just to keep it on point.
It'll be like an Elye.
So this is the start here,
Mullaney.
just
Wow.
getting going.
Shot.
That is
Oh,
quite the
come
return to begin the match.
I think Harold literally
is,
just said, was that good? Was that
asserting
the right way to do
himself
it?
early with that
Is
right
that
there.
how it works?
Oh,
Wow.
This is going to be a fun one. Brad, the director here at Knollwood, has
Already
a lot
going
of heat
Australia.
that he can put on the ball in a lot of different ways. Heavy spins, huge forehand.
For sure.
He can snap it off with a really short backswing.
It's in there.
In fact, some would call him the rattlesnake.
We do
in,
on a regular basis as
every
much
once
as we
in a
can.
while. Eric Kottman, lots of good racket skills, great at the net. Really has
Great
no
shot.
fear of the ball, which is always disturbing when a guy his size just likes to stand in your face.
Yeah.
Ryan Mullaney, who I had the opportunity to play with a bunch in Cleveland. That was our connection there when I was out there for a few years. And
what years were those? Because he hasn't changed his paddle since then.
That's true. I think it was actually before
08,
that
09.
even. It would have been
2010.
20. When was I there? 2016 to 2019, I think.
I don't want to age you, but that paddle's a decade old.
I think it was 2015 to 2018, something like that. I was there for a few years.
I mean, when you find something you like, why change?
Yeah,
I stick with it.
yeah. And
There's
this
that forehand you were just
is going to be
talking
pretty
about.
typical of
So what
the way
if
Brad
technology's
wants to play.
gotten better?
What's that?
So what if technology's
Yeah,
gotten
who
better?
cares?
You know?
He's going to be one of those guys that finds himself in that spot where he loves that paddle and he never switches, and then because it goes so dead, he's not. He's never going to be able to switch.
The longer
'Cause
you go,
no
the
paddle.
less likely you are to change it.
Yeah.
That looked wide. Yep. No, great match here. So we got Brad Smith, Director of Racket Sports, like I said. And let's give a quick little shout out to the Knollwood Club program.
Yes.
Brad does a fantastic job. I think they've got a booming program here now. The beautiful hut, as we mentioned before, valet parking, candlelight dinner.
Awesome viewing.
They have McRib sandwiches on the buffet tonight.
Yeah.
But no, great.
Sean's been making McRibs from scratch.
Great program. They have 7 women's teams and 9
There's so many
men's
things
teams
wrong with it.
Yeah.
here. So fantastic program. Kudos to Brad.
Yeah, they're doing great. And this is one of those facilities that came about, I don't know, how old is this now?
4 or 5 years
4
ago?
or 5 years?
Yeah, maybe more.
And
It was 100 years old. The club's 100 years old this year.
yeah, but this is one of those paddle huts where they really, did it right. It feels like a lodge. It is a, full restaurant experience.
For sure.
And,
Great
Oh,
volley.
good hands
with
there.
There he is.
floor-to-ceiling
Brad.
windows so
Yep.
that you can see absolutely everything that's going
Yep.
out on the courts.
And on the backside, you can look out the windows and see the tennis courts in the summer.
That's right.
Yep. So
That's
Smart.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Somebody
there
was
are
thinking-
a few clubs that have this kind of vibe to them where the rackets facility is sort of off by itself and not, kind of connected to the main clubhouse. And
Sure.
it does create kind of a special experience when you're, when you're off in the woods.
You don't want any golfers over here anyway.
no, you can hit onto here, Sean.
Well, if we kill all the
I
golfers.
think that's number 7, maybe, that comes
Can I?
on the back. Yeah. But then I also want to give a shout out to Eric Kottman. And
For sure.
Eric Kottman is the son of Chicago paddle legends. His parents, long time, Craig and Stephanie Kottman, long time involvement with the CPTC and the North
Is that
Shore Women's
right?
Paddle League for tournaments and events, etc.
Some nasty, sir.
Again, part of my involvement in running charities was clearly dependent on Craig and Stephanie being involved in helping run charities,
helping run the hut and do all that stuff. Yeah.
Seriously, they are air traffic control,
Yep.
just top notch.
It's a tough spot there on the return there from Martin.
Like you said, there's going to be a lot of heat.
Oh, yeah.
There's never a pitch that any of these guys don't want to hit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Ryan has a pretty great backhand drive. Obviously, he can drive off both sides, but his backhand is, a little bit more of the threat, and he can hit it from all kinds of different spots. Take it on the rise, pull the trigger off the screens.
We were getting a little bit of the intel from James Goldman. We had the pleasure of having him in the booth.
Nice shot. Nice pick.
That ball is gone forever.
That looks like something I would hit off.
Look at the director
off a
getting
golf tee
prepared.
for me.
Keeping it warm in his pocket.
Yeah,
he's ready.
Yeah.
Just ready.
He
ball
was
on
like,
deck.
I planned for just such an occasion.
I move better when a ball's in my pocket. Like, keeps me balanced.
Is that right?
The weight of it.
Sometimes I shift the change from my right pocket to my left pocket just so that I can.
I move like I've got 12 or 13
depending
balls
on the
in my.
day.
I also love when people ask, "Is that a ball in your pocket?"
No.
We haven't had an expletive for a while, so why don't we go ahead with that type of commentary? What a backhand screen drive.
Yep.
Big.
Yeah, you're going to see that a bunch. She's going to find ways to manufacture that backhand from all over the place.
No, just long.
Good eye. It'll be interesting. So you got the lefty-righty combo, right? And Brad, as you mentioned, has phenomenal spin.
Yep.
Right? And they're going to fight over that middle ball. One of my favorite lines, you don't want to see the sizzle, do you? So you're going to take it instead. See what happens. No, but we got the Hinsdale contingent here. So we've got Harold and Ryan. Apparently were high school buddies and teammates at Hinsdale Central.
Mm-hmm.
So his
Good
sweatshirt,
familiarity here.
His sweatshirt says 1896. I'm not sure what that's referencing.
Boy, I tell you what, he looks great. That's his class. He looks fantastic.
Seems like the wrong number.
It's one of those misprint sweatshirts that are like, here,
Nick Exmoor?
in there.
Oh,
It's good hands.
Pound Town.
I do
Handling.
think that this is going to be kind of one of those matches where, in particular, that's a great
Good ball.
dig.
Oh, he got it.
Great dig.
Shot.
This is going to be one of those matches because Ryan really likes to volley. And
Does
so
he?
He doesn't have that, I'm nervous at the net kind of thing. He's basically hitting a bunch of shots to be like, gosh, I hope you drive at the wrong time. Because he loves to hit those little spin, cutters. And
Go ahead, I dare you.
He can move he really has a quick paddle, right? Really short backswing and quick movement. So he kind of likes it when you
What's it like, I wonder?
drive.
Uh-oh. A couple quick points here. Don't like the look of that for them.
No, that's not gonna. I think the faster points are definitely. I don't know a lot of people that play faster than Brad.
He loves it.
It's just a speed thing.
He loves it.
He's almost Agassi-esque in going back and forth between his serves.
Yes.
Yannick Sinner.
No, that's a great comparison. Yes, really is.
And I think it's a good idea, but sometimes if it's not working, guys, don't you think it's a good idea to maybe just change it up a little bit, slow it down just a bit?
Yeah, I do. I just don't think
catch
Brad
up to
does.
yourself?
Yeah, no, win or lose, he plays
he's
the
just
same
kind of like
speed,
this.
yeah.
Like he's one of those guys where he will only bounce the ball once before he serves under all circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he's bouncing the ball 2 or 3 times, it's just because his partner isn't ready yet.
Yeah, when he plays the same routine, I think the point, what you're saying is like that's just his tempo.
Yeah,
that's how he plays.
that's just his speed. It's not like it. After seeing him play for so long, I'm not like, well, he makes a bunch of errors when he goes fast. Like
Yes.
that's not the case.
Yes.
Great
I think
hands
that's the point,
from
right?
Tarek.
Most players play worse when they speed up.
Right. Yeah, no, that's just his. That's just his gear. Great serve.
There it is.
Right on the line.
Look at that change momentum already in 3 games.
Already.
Yeah, with
Huge.
faster
Yes.
pace.
I mean, I don't live far from here, but I could be home by 8. Oh wait, it's 8:12. Shoot.
You're never going to make it.
I mean, I got to wait for the valet to get my car.
You're
it's going
right.
to be for an eternity.
You're
Hey,
right.
mentally, I'm already at McDonald's.
I'll get it. I'm staying
Sorry.
late. I'm staying late to make some extra cash on the side. So I'm.
If you just act like you're supposed to be there,
I'm
people will
running
hand you your
cars.
keys.
Ooh,
And
nice
yes, Sean.
roller.
He's there.
Yes, Sean,
Sit.
there's a McDonald's very close.
On the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. I can't believe Eric is wearing the shorts. It's a balmy 25.
It is. What is it? I don't even know. What do we got?
It's cold.
Maybe he's just one of those guys that, you know.
Okay, at 24
it's more
degrees,
comfortable,
the real
runs
feel
hot.
is 19, guys.
And it was negative today.
Yes.
Earlier today it was negative.
Well, maybe he had the warm pants on earlier, and then he decided, I'm
Maybe.
feeling a little bit more.
I don't know. He's got
What-
the
what
shorts
are-
pulled up. Look at the thighs
Yeah,
on that
what
guy.
are your guys' transition points for like the
Uncharacteristic
weather
misfit.
shift when
Right.
you're like, okay, this
Yeah.
is where I'm, adding layers or
So
I've been adding layers for years.
I do.
nice get.
Too many at the time. At the moment.
We're not talking physical layers, Sean.
All right, sorry.
Or like an onion. How many layers do you have? Are you like an onion?
Like an onion.
I like to be warm.
It's more like a
I like to be
macadamia
really
nut.
warm.
Yeah.
So I will wear a lot to warm up.
Yeah.
And I love when people ask, like, "Are you going to play in that jacket?" I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah,
I'm gonna wear all these clothes.
Yeah,
And
I'm the same way. I will, if it's cold out there, I might wear a middle layer that I shed. Like I might get to a t-shirt, but I'm not taking the outer jacket off very often.
I also think this is a good point to bring up. You mentioned a few weeks ago, you gave me a hard time about wearing a vest, and it's just economical.
No.
It's just functional,
No, I get it.
I mean, I'm just saying. I saw this stat that said if you keep the core, your blood temperature around your heart hot,
Warm, yep.
your extremities stay warmer.
Yep.
So, but I'm a big vest guy.
Yeah.
So
I'm not. I've never.
My
Nice
hands.
volley.
I mean, I'm not like like a fleece vest, like a finance guy, but more of like a dry fit.
Was that a dig?
Yeah, big
not a-
shot.
yeah.
I'm not.
More of like a down vest.
Do I see
Right.
An
that way?
athletic,
Right.
an athletic maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
need
No,
a lot.
hard shell.
I don't need.
hard shell is the way to
I don't
go.
need a lot. I'm more like a 7-layer dip, really. Like I've already got a whole bunch of stuff going on, so I don't need any more. I got some,
That's awesome.
cheese and guac. A lot of me is guac.
No, but I think what you see a lot, right, in the cold weather, in which today was this week has been definitely one of those, right? You shed the layers. You're right, Matt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because once
Yeah,
you get
I'm-
cold, if you start with too
Oh,
few,
yeah.
and then your body gets
There
cold,
it is.
it's never coming back.
Yeah, that's the tough
You
one.
gotta be
Rattlesnake's
hot.
starting to heat up that
Gotta
front.
But I mean, like, I'm also at a point where if it's 40 degrees, like, I'm not putting on shorts. I'm
No.
just like, no
chance.
that's not happening.
I mean, at
I
40
actually, for a long time, I was like, if it's not going to be in the 80s, I'm not putting on shorts. Like, I'm not going to move that much.
I was just gonna say, at 40, I'm wearing sweatpants and long johns.
Yep.
Like people wear calf sleeves, right? It's no
Well,
different than I'm wearing full leg
Boy,
sleeves.
you got all that one. Cobbin just decided, you know what? I think I want to end this right
I'm
here.
going to hit the piss out of this one.
Oh, he's hit the tape on a
Just
few
in
of
case you
those.
didn't see it, yeah.
Nice.
But I
I
love
love these second
Third one's a
matches. It
charm.
feels like paddle after dark.
Should we issue a rating like NC-17 or something?
Ooh.
Once again, when you're on
love
the
the
internet,
move.
I just don't think you have to.
Who's really judging?
After a certain hour, you're right. We're allowed, I think.
But it's only 8:12. Remember, I said I was going to make it home by 8.
Yep.
I was wrong.
You ever do, there are some guys that are still at college. They're like, might be quiet hours, guys.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, quiet hours never goes the way I want it to in my house.
The RA might be ticked
Yeah.
off. You better watch it.
I'm often like, it's 8 p.m., how about quiet time? And all my kids are like, how about we stall for 3 more hours and then eventually pass out on the couch because you're too tired to
I don't
respond
know.
to us.
I personally love a good Sunday, put the kid, get a little quiet time.
Yeah.
Sunday
middle
afternoon.
of the day, give him some
Yeah.
lunch. right?
That's the best part about being a parent is that at any moment you can just send your kids to bed on some trumped up charges and just be like,
and then
go to bed.
Triple
Oh, look at this.
electro.
Yes.
Oh,
what a shot.
unbelievable.
Great point.
Super. Tennis is breaking out on court 1 here.
Let's just all hit the net cord over and over again.
Nice participation, though.
If you don't aim for it, you can't hit it.
That's right.
Yeah, I did it. Now it's your turn.
There was
another
another
one.
close one.
It won't go over.
Mulaney's so irritated because that's his favorite thing to do.
Hit the
Is
net?
to be like, no, to like jump across and intercept somebody's drive and be like,
got it,
drop shot, touch shot.
Have these nets checked immediately.
Net does
I'm
seem
waiting
high,
for that.
Sean.
It does, doesn't it?
Does seem high.
Yeah, let's write a letter.
It's higher on that side.
The north side.
That is a big. Tell you what,
Yeah, it's
kind of
it's
got to
science.
have.
You can't argue science.
Jeez.
I feel like
That's
we've had
big.
this conversation.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
technically, this court is a little bit warmer because it's further south. So,
For sure.
oh boy.
oh, yep. There it is.
No
There's
way.
the rattlesnake.
Oh,
And the one-handed
one-hander.
backhand, and then the pick from his partner.
Eric would have said my fault had he missed that. No
Unbelievable.
way. No way.
That's
Sorry,
incredible.
not sorry.
What an ill-advised point all
Reese's commercial.
across the board, and then they win it.
I mean, and those are those shots you hit, you miss that, and you're like, God, what was I
it's
thinking?
awesome. So many questionable decisions, and yet 15 all.
And a good time was had by all.
That's a good spin.
Oh,
Yep.
close. Thought that was going to curve in there. That one he's showing his age there with the 1896.
You know, it's yeah, good
God.
hands.
Yeah.
So a couple of seasons
It's a
ago,
huge backhand, man.
just as a function of the schedule, we ended up at Knollwood a few times, right? And
Oh my God, that's large.
that's huge. And so Brad ended up playing on the live stream like a few times back to back, and
Yeah.
somebody was like, "You guys gonna mix it up? I'm kind of
Oh.
tired of watching Brad play." And I'm like, "How can you get tired of watching Brad play?"
He's a human highlight reel.
Yeah,
is.
like everything, like even if he loses, you're like, "That was incredible."
Like that drive right there. That ball was moving 40 miles an hour, and he swung at it from knee level below the net
Right, to cut it.
for a cut backhand drop shot volley winner.
Yep.
That's what I should be doing, right?
The scary part about him is that that's not impressive to him. He was like, "That was the shot. That's
No.
routine."
Well, but also similar to your point about how fast he plays, he's going to hit that shot regardless
Right.
of the score.
Right. Yeah, no, he doesn't care.
Yep.
There wasn't like a.
Yeah, Kim. But again, it's a coaching nightmare, though, because you know what I'm saying. You get that, we're like, guys. We were watching
Please don't do
Brad.
that.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
watching Brad on the live
Please
stream.
don't do that.
Can we work on our laser beam forehand?
No.
It turns off of a ball. It's ankle high. Can we
No.
work on that?
I'm sorry. The amount of HGH you would have to do in order to hit the ball that hard isn't safe for human consumption.
Oh, he's gonna get it again.
Just so many little
Unbelievable.
like lead cord, digs and clips.
Koppman just will not yield.
That's just what high level paddle looks like,
Yep. There it is. Bang.
Zing.
To the lob volley.
Oh,
he tried to
and
take
the one
the
timer.
saber. Come on. Almost pulled it off.
I don't even know how to put that ball in the court using physics. Like
No.
his only option there is to put it at somebody, so they
Right.
have to volley it, right?
I couldn't even conceive
There's
of
a heavy
he's
one.
There. Oh, that was a
Koppman
smart
was
play
there.
from
He was there.
Harold Martin, though. Very smart. You get him that deep in the
Make a
court
move,
like that.
right?
Why
Make
not?
a move.
Yeah.
Even though he's kind of won a couple of points because of his speed. Get over.
What a dig.
I think Eric's coming off surgery. ACL, MCL,
Is that right?
something like that. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't seem to
Oh.
doesn't seem to move like he's.
Yeah.
MCL, ACL,
Something in the knee.
CLL,
He's wearing a brace.
ADT,
Yeah.
Yeah.
PCP,
I feel like we're at the.
AT&T.
So Knollwood Country Club's the Knollwood Country Opry is what it is over here.
Oh,
nice shot.
You can only hit that shot with a 2008 paddle.
Everything else is too lively? Is that what you're saying?
That's why you just comb the internet for that one
First
paddle.
volley.
You know, to be honest, Brad actually played with that orange and blue paddle for a really
Chicago
long
Bears,
time, right?
yes.
Yes.
That was the best
That
Viking
Viking
paddle
fan.
ever made.
That was my favorite, too.
It was
yeah.
by far the best.
Yeah, I
He
love
was
it.
figuring maybe, play with it until they finally win.
And now he's found a new one. He's upgraded to a new Viking that, that works.
Yo!
But great hands.
Wow.
He flicks that ball
Yeah.
so fast,
He
better
does.
than anybody.
Yeah, it's a little bit, you don't want to play chicken with the rattlesnake.
No,
Doesn't
thank
really
you.
work out real well. What a shot. I love the roll.
Good. But he slowed it down.
He did.
Remember, it's always harder to volley a slow ball than a fast one.
Yep. It's a great touch.
And you don't expect it from Mulaney either. You don't expect
And then he
the
comes
off-speed.
out of his
Right.
shoes and smacks that thing.
I mean, look at that.
Tell you what, yeah, this is another guy.
There it is
I
again.
love it.
Brad uses a really small grip on his paddle, so he gets a lot
Little
of racket head
extra-
speed. Yeah.
Jumping
A little
waterfall.
extra speed from the tip.
His racket head speed is really high. Uh-oh.
Tommy Hawk.
Good
Sit
ball.
in there. Yes. Try to one-time that thing. That's a tennis move. Take my word for it. We've got to let that go to the screen on a regular basis. I don't mean to second-guess Harold Martin.
A little set point here for
I
Smith
think
and
his entire
Cotman.
family would beat me 0-0. That's not the point. Oh, what a shot. He's there.
Oh, the neck.
Oh,
That is a great
finding
set.
it.
Well played there from Smith and Cotman. They take the first set 6-3. We're going to
Unbelievable.
take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, and then we're going to come back with the second set here at Knollwood Club for Series 2 Paddle Night in
The
Chicago.
old Opry.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
All right, we are back here. Paddle Night in Chicago, CPTC live stream.
Knollwood Country Club.
Knollwood Club. Are we still in Lake Forest? Is Knollwood in Lake
Is it?
Forest? Where's
I thought it was Lake
Knollwood?
Bluff? Oh, Knollwood or Lake Bluff?
I don't know
Producer
the
Cal
address.
Noble is telling us. Okay,
I'm pretty sure we're still on the planet Earth, and that's the about right level.
most of us are.
Awareness. I'm Matt McClure alongside Sean Albrecht, Jason
yo.
Love, and Cal Noble. It is in Lake Forest.
All right.
Technically in Lake Forest.
Maybe half of it's in Knollwood and the other half. We've had that problem with River
Yes,
Trails
the
Tennis.
woods of Knoll. If you're just joining us,
Verily.
where have you been? What have you been doing with your life? This is a Series 2 match hosted by Knollwood Club against Salt Creek.
Yes.
This is the Court 1 match this evening for tonight's lineup. Brad Smith and Eric Cotman took the first one 6-3
Near side, by the way.
with an impressive display of
Yes.
spins, power, and speed, although 24-minute first set.
Wow.
Everybody
Which
swinging
is
away.
quick, yes.
I do think that there was probably a little frustration coming from Salt Creek with Mulaney and Martin because there was an awful lot of let cords that went Knollwood's way in that
James
first.
Goldman just asked, he goes, what do you think it was, like 8-2?
In lead cords? Yeah, I think that's probably about right.
For sure.
It seemed like it was a lot. So great first set. I expect to see a couple of adjustments here from Salt Creek and absolutely no adjustments from Knollwood.
They are not going to slow down.
No, I don't think they're going to slow down. I think Brad is going to keep hitting the drives that he's hitting, and I think Eric's going to keep working to set up his forehand and crush a ball across court. And the more often that they do that, the more successful they'll probably be.
Always change a losing game, never change a winning game, I guess, is
Agreed.
the old cliche.
Got to dance with the girl he came with.
That's
Play
right.
fast.
Yeah. You can already kind of see Mulaney and Martin maybe slowing down and be a little bit more conservative with targets. And,
For sure.
that was more reset overheads in that point than we saw in the first set.
You also have two younger guys, right?
Yep.
Ryan and Harold, right? Let's see what kind of paddle IQ they've accumulated. Can they kind of figure out the puzzle here a little bit?
Be a little more patient, maybe.
I think Martin is relatively new to the game.
Oh, you got to be kidding
that
me.
in there. Mulaney's
thing
been playing a long
spun
time. Mulaney has some solid, tournament experience and has a pretty solid
And they
paddle
won that
IQ.
point. I got to tell you, after Brad pulled that forehand off, he's pretty much dancing with my date for the rest of the evening. I think.
I'm sorry, Sean.
It's the way that it goes. This is junior prom all over again.
God, that hurts.
But Brad is one of those guys with that paddlehead speed where, like, if if he takes a little
Nice
bit off it
touch.
and adds some spin, he can,
Yes.
roll a ball
For sure.
over your head and into the court.
Right.
Mulaney
It
finding
wasn't
the
clean,
nick.
but it still went in.
No, yeah.
Stylish.
Duck.
Even better.
Yeah.
Is that like a Miami Dolphins hat on that one on Mr. Mulaney there?
Oh, and the left court
Hey,
goes the other
8-3
way.
now, I guess, right? What do we keep in score? 8-3? In terms of
8-3.
8-3, okay.
Red courts, yeah.
I'll build a graphic for that next
James
week.
Goldman says 8-3.
Thanks
Nice
for keeping
move.
Oh, you're
look at
kidding.
that stab.
Come on. Here again,
The
a coaching nightmare.
stretch
I'm going to
stab.
say it. It's a coaching nightmare.
Yeah. If you're
Coach,
watching at home,
Coach, can we-
never do that.
Do as I say, not as I do.
For sure.
That's a big backhand by our comment. Jeez.
No way.
You got it. You made it work.
It's good recovery.
There's another one from
Look,
Brad.
another
No
one.
way. 9-3.
Speared.
Oh.
Look at the coverage.
I love that ball right back at him through the legs.
That's a great point. I do
All right,
think
Eric Coppin has just officially become my favorite player.
yeah.
Who tries that
He's
stuff?
just going to be like, I'm going to crank
That's a
it.
beaut.
Yep.
That's a peach, huh?
It's a
He didn't-
beaut, Clark. It's a beaut.
He didn't miss that by much, by the way.
No. Maybe. Oh.
All right, you try two shots like that. I
First
suppose you
game of the second
kind
set.
of almost got to expect that.
I think Eric has chased down every one of
Yes.
those short,
Successfully.
cutters or drop shots.
Yes, he
Maybe
has.
except for one early in the first set.
Yeah,
But he
the
has
first one.
made them
First
pay.
one. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
made
every
them
single
pay
time.
with every. I might not hit the ball short to him anymore because he comes up with some kind of.
Well, I would say you hold one and hit it deep,
Yes.
and then go back to it, right?
Yes.
Great
yeah.
shot from Brad.
Yeah, you set it
He
up
just
like you're going to go
spun off
after it,
it.
and then you kind of shovel one.
Just bait that hook.
Yep.
Because you got to hit. It's a good shot. But you're right. He's
Well, you don't
chasing
want
down.
to remove
shot.
it, but you've gone to the well enough times where he's seen it, and now
Mulaney's
He's
backhand's
already
just
left.
Yeah.
nasty.
You start going. He's already taken off.
Yep.
Taken off.
Taking off. He's tuking it.
What are we, Canadian now? Duke.
He's Duke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or from Minnesota.
That's what it's about.
I mean, it's,
Minnesota. Minnesota's a little.
yeah, okay.
It's a little more
If
there,
Mulaney
a
starts just
similar.
pounding the forehand,
It's,
I mean, where do you go with it? I mean, that backhand's nasty enough. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I sound like
Is Matt
Irish.
still just talking to
That's
Minnesota?
amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm just in it. Now I can't stop. I've got too much family. Oh, you should wash that off there. You know, you want some hot dish? It's just,
Oh, he's a mean one, eh?
oh, that is a good jumping backhand.
9-4 or something like that.
9-4.
Yeah. I'm telling you, backhand's just
They're really
bad
turning
news.
the corner, statistically.
Yeah.
Good volley.
Good.
Nice
yeah.
move. Yeah,
Nice
that's a
touch
good
set.
waterfall.
Yep. That's beautiful.
That's a tough ball.
Timing.
And the speed continues to be incredibly fast.
Yep.
They're out of the eye.
This is great. I'm going to
Good
be home
idea.
by 8:30. Oh, it's 8:32.
Oh.
Yeah, right off the
Finding
neck.
it.
Might have even hit a camera.
And fortuitous on a
God, I
point
hope
like
they
that.
complain about that.
You're so lucky. If I had $5 every time somebody said that to me. Lob. Please get that down. Just annoyingly. There we go. Keep it over Harold's head right like that. It's going in. He
There
gets
he
it
is
again.
He got it.
Oh, they almost saved him
Yeah,
there. That
good
might look like
lob.
it was going to go long, possibly.
Oh,
Maybe he lost that in the lights, maybe?
Yeah, it was a great lob. Well,
Is that
I also
possible?
think he was really trying to make sure that Eric stayed uncomfortable.
Yes.
Sure,
And so he
for
might
sure.
have over.
Going to
I mean, it
that
was a good
side,
lob.
yes.
Yeah,
For sure.
it was a good lob. It was hard to, hit that perfect ball into the corner.
So I should say Eric. Harold's pretty funny. So he's got a pretty good kick serve if he wants to hit it, but right now he's just kind of rolling it in there, and then he kind of laughed as if, well, I can't imagine he missed that ball. Like with a change-up, basically draw an arrow like that.
I don't know. I mean, I do kind of like the strategy,
Sure.
especially with him and Mulaney up close to the net. Like taking a little pace off of your serve
Sure.
and placing it.
Yeah.
It isn't the worst thing you can do.
No.
As long as you're not feeling like your volley is competent, right? It gives you a little more time to
shot.
see the ball.
Great dig.
They have to swing
Great
a little
shot
bit
from
bigger
Eric.
instead of using pace against you.
For sure.
And also, it'll be a great contrast between his serve and Mulaney's serve.
Well, that's something we preach all the time on the court, instructively. The harder you hit the serve, the quicker it comes back.
True.
You
Yeah.
may not get into an advantageous volley position if you continue to rip it.
Yeah, you have to do enough with your serve where it's not getting smoked back at you all the
Exactly.
time, or there's no point in adding, that kind of pace.
Coach, I love hitting my first volley a foot from the baseline. It's my favorite. I'm so tired of it. Sorry.
I
Did
think
that come
too,
out?
you got to start asking the question, like, what's working and what's not?
Yep.
Yes. story of my life there, Coach.
I mean,
Great
I
kick.
don't see a lot of that kind of inward reflection going on right now.
No.
From one side of the net.
Yeah, that's it can be tough too in a match with this kind of rhythm. That's the other thing that benefits the speed at which they're playing right now is that you kind of feel like you
That
have
was a
less
lob.
time to think.
Right.
Like it's almost, you really have to focus in order to kind of slow down that part of it.
Well, I've heard actually. Well, let's just give Jason the credit. I've heard him talk about it before.
That's a good move.
At a certain level, you have to play percentage, a certain amount of percentage
Right.
platform. You can't just play tennis play because I mean, it's an appealing option for tennis players sometimes at certain levels of the series where you can get away with maybe swinging at a ball.
Yeah.
Because you can get away with it. You're not going to get burned too much, but you get to a certain level and you're going to have to kind of pick and choose when you do that.
Yeah, and I don't know what Mulaney and Ryan and Harold's record are, and if they play court one, et cetera,
For sure.
I haven't dove into the statistics, but like, you just got to say that worked against the other guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Against this caliber
Right.
player.
Right.
Hey, it's not working.
No.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
But it's also very easy to be in the booth
First.
and
Yes.
say that,
Yes.
as opposed to being the guy that's out on the court and go, you know what, this maybe isn't going the way we want it to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I drove around the Knollwood parking lot longer than the first set. Maybe I should change my tactic.
Yeah, you should have valeted.
Big pack, yes.
You should have changed your tactic. Yes.
It was worth the $5.
I have the ticket. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I was off at 7 o'clock, so I couldn't.
You know, the other thing that can be difficult is, practicing.
Oh,
That's a tough one. Practicing controlling
not happen very
the
often.
pace of a match can have totally different effects with different teammates.
Yes.
And so they're,
Agreed.
in tournament mode, Ryan might be like, okay, I'm going to slow everything down and I'm going to lob for, 200 balls in a row.
For sure.
And find a rhythm that works and make that kind of stuff happen. It might not be in the cards for the, a random league match night.
I also, I don't know about you, Matt and Sean, but two of my least favorite words that players say is, can we just play?
Maybe.
Like, what were you doing this whole time? Yeah.
No, but like this feels like a Saturday, we're just going to go play match right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm going to hit a bunch of shots.
Yeah, and my goal is to play as many games as I can in my 90-minute window
Right, yeah.
that I've got.
Let's make sure we play at least a full set with everybody.
Yeah,
It's the paddle-a-thon out here.
Like, when you just play, that literally implies there's no thought. I'm just going to go out there and just hit the ball.
Yep.
It's like your inner Labrador retriever.
Yep.
See ball, hit ball.
Yeah. No, I don't necessarily think that that's what, these guys are doing. It's not like they're not trying to make adjustments and figure out
and
how
I
to
don't mean
win.
it that way. I'm just saying it feels
But
a
that's
little
in there.
bit.
Yeah.
Shot.
And I do think that that's one of the things that's very intentional. Intentional.
I love that.
That's
it's
a
very,
word.
I'm
No,
gonna
I like
make up
that word.
words.
Let's
Yeah.
continue with that.
But
How
I
do you
think
say
it
that
has
in
a great level
Minnesotian?
of verisimilitude, and you're going to have to have an
Excellent
enchiladectomy.
continuationism.
Yeah,
What a shot.
laser.
Wow. Again, I don't know. That backhand side just kind of nasty. I either stay back, but then if I had Brad's volleys, I suppose I'd move in.
Yeah, I do think that's very intentional from Brad's game in particular, though, is like, this is the pace I'm comfortable playing.
For sure.
And if you play it with him,
Yep.
it's not really going to work out the way
Well,
you
they
like,
are up
probably.
a set and a break. I suppose they could.
Well, and to that point, though, if it was working, you stick with it.
Yes.
Because
Nice hands.
he's going to play
Great
that
hands.
pace regardless.
Right.
But the opposite is always true.
Correct.
If you're playing his pace and it's not working, hey,
Yeah,
stop.
let's do the other pace.
Come in here, get a McRib,
Well, I do think that
change it up a
Now
notch.
you're talking
Yeah.
my language.
And I do think that one of the few, one of the elements where you can kind of neutralize somebody's their desire to play faster like that
Yeah,
is
for
to
sure.
just like add extra time to everything,
Yes.
right? Like, how slow can you hit your reset overhead? How high can you hit your lob?
Yep.
Because it's real hard to kill a lob that gets above the lights,
Totally.
even if it's short.
Yep.
But if you just kind of like keep knocking the ball around, it is difficult.
I mean, how about like hit a shot that they can't drive back at?
Right.
Little like games like that, right?
Yep.
How many
I don't know
balls
if they
can I
found
hit
one.
that they don't drive?
Yeah, that was a good example of that point, right? Mulaney got a bunch of extra height on a few lobs in a row,
Sure.
and then when Martin had the chance to pull the trigger, it felt like it was different.
A little wide. Probably
Seeing like
a
that,
lot.
that's the one. He hit a winning drive the point before, so he closed it.
Let's
Right.
go to
Close
the
a quick
well one
drive,
more
yeah.
time. He's
Tough.
he's enjoying himself, I suppose.
Tough serve.
Oh boy, great
Good.
backhand. Does he prefer his backhand?
He sure
Matt?
looks that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
It's going to work.
But this is great, and again, we don't know Harold. But it seems like he's
Brad.
young, kind of learning the
Yep.
game.
Yeah.
This hopefully is one of those kind of, eye-opening
Oh, yeah.
moments,
He's
right?
it's shot.
Great shot. Great
Again,
racket
did-
skills
exactly.
from Harold as well. I mean,
Right.
it's not
For
like
sure.
he can't be right there. But
And he's probably been pounding people on like Series 12 for the
yeah,
last
or
year.
I mean,
Even 9 or 6, he could probably
Series 5, he probably is like driving the,
For sure.
If you never have to play
Oh,
past the
again,
first two shots,
uncharacteristic.
then you don't have to
Yes.
learn how to play the
Coach
screens and the
doesn't miss
spins.
that.
And,
What's he, point shaving with that? What did he never misses that shot.
He hasn't missed many tonight, that's for sure.
No. Like I said, I think he wants to keep it close.
Joe Buck's on the mic. We're going to jinx everybody.
Sorry, Brad.
Do we
It's
think
my
that's
fault.
4-2?
That is 4-2.
Yes, it is. It is.
Cheering down there on court 4.
Serving 2.
Correct. Up.
So again, I love they're playing a little bit longer, a little bit slower, right?
For sure.
So we went in this match. The first match we mic'd up John to hear him. This match we gave them earbuds, and they're listening to us.
Yep.
First set didn't go so well.
It's like payback.
Yes. First set didn't go so well. Second set, a little bit better.
It's illegal
That's
coaching.
great return.
I've been sending them tips
Location.
to their iWatch the entire time.
At least it's legal. Oh, yeah,
That's
big.
just
Wow.
Just
cannon.
big.
Love
All
this
right.
song. Sean, do you like this song?
Absolutely. Of course, I'm just saying it because I can barely pig it out right now. Let me see. Oh,
Jeez.
Oh boy.
tell you what, Brad just goes,
Heavy.
I can do that too.
Nobody likes the return at 80 miles an hour at the
No.
net guy.
So one thing about Brad Smith's
tough.
forehand just drives me crazy. I can't read whether
Yeah.
he's going to smack it flatter or he's going to rip it and snap that topspin. It's really difficult to read.
Again, he turns over that racket head speed so fast.
Yep. Yeah, that was nasty. Nasty, baby.
Oh,
Janet Jackson.
That was a glass of Courvoisier.
It's a lady.
All right. Three serving 4.
James.
A little.
We got 10-5 in the lead
a
court.
little let court action.
And Eric was just a little late with the bird there. I don't know if you noticed that. It was funny. It's funny, though.
His mom saw it. That's the worst part.
She'll be fine.
Oh, wow.
He
Hockey,
volleys
he
it.
stays in
Wow.
there.
And he
No
does
way.
it again. And now
He's
it's
got
a
it.
problem.
He's got it.
Well, it's
Eric's
always
like, my bad.
a calculated gamble.
Brad stayed in for 3 shots that he shouldn't have, and Eric's like, sorry, Brad.
Come on, Eric.
I really let
Routine.
you
I
down.
should have squash flicked that out with the snowboard. Good lefty sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Tell you what.
Joe Buck got him again.
Mr. Mulaney's backhand again, wreaking havoc.
We're at that weird temperature where the spin isn't really biting, right? So it's still coming off pretty hot.
For sure.
So still kind of a, oh boy. No
He's
way.
there.
No, but he
Good
got it.
hands.
I mean, he's just been on lock with the follow-up shot,
Yep.
right? Like, think
Yes.
about how aggressive Brad can be with his spin when he doesn't hit a great one, and Eric is there to be like, I'll just shovel
No
a volley to the
problem.
open
Just gonna
court.
Punch
Yeah.
it back, yeah.
Routine. Just keep saying that. Well, he went after that time. He left the deck a little bit, though, guys, which is not necessarily advisable. Easy for me to say from here. But most of the time when he's making those, his feet are on the court. That's in there. Good lob. Just off there, a little bit deeper, maybe. Bless you. Sit.
A little wide.
Good leave.
That's another tough one, that lefty spin.
Oh, yeah.
When he ramps that up and it starts moving the other direction, that'll
Yeah, it comes off the screen.
that messes even with great teams.
I'm telling you, that
Rolls
lefty
off the
sauce
screen.
is
Yeah.
key.
Darn wallpaper. What a shot.
I started teaching all my kids to do everything left-handed.
Smart. Did you tape their right hand behind their back?
I cut it off.
They weren't using it.
But now no one can eat at the same table because we're all left-handed. You know?
Bummer.
Serve. In there. Yes. Yeah, speaking of just hitting and not really thinking, not that anybody out there is doing that at this point because it doesn't really look like that at all. But there was not to use a baseball
That's a good
analogy,
ball.
this cold weather, I don't know if I even should be using
Rut row.
the hot
Yeah,
tip.
that's toast.
The
You
hot
can see.
stove. What a
Can
shot.
we get technical again for a second?
Sure,
Sorry, I didn't mean
of
to cut
course.
you off, Sean.
No, it was a great
Did
overhead.
everybody notice on that last overhead, Brad hit the first two from the same spot?
Yep.
Third lob came up. He backed up.
Yep.
Moved forward into it.
Yep.
Hit the super jizz. That ain't coming back.
Gave him a little extra action.
Yep. Not it's
Little extra
gonna be a
precision.
Yeah.
You're right. My left-handed joke, for those chiming in via text, the lefty dinner table joke didn't make sense.
Well,
I'm right-handed.
I just assumed that it had something to do with having to use different scissors and
He missed a
desks.
backhand.
That
He's
kind of
human.
stuff.
You have to grip your paddle.
Mulaney's human. He finally missed a backhand.
You know what's really crazy about humanity in general is that we decided that being a lefty was closer to mental illness than we figured out mental illness. Right? For
Wait, you mean it's
millennia,
not?
we were
Okay.
at least for centuries, we were you're left-handed? That's you're of the devil.
Yeah.
But then,
and paddle-
bipolar disorder, we were nah, it's whatever.
Paddle players, they're
And thank
you have
God
to
for
play
that,
the deuce
because
side.
my family we'd all be locked up.
You're a lefty. You have to play over here.
Yeah, you have to play over there.
You can't hit the overheads. That's a righty's job.
Yeah, right.
I had two ladies.
Gosh, think about how crazy it is to have two righties play together, huh?
That's what I just said. I said two
Oh, did
lefties.
you?
I go, I'm so sorry to put two lefties together.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
If we
Could
put
you
two
imagine
righties together?
If we put two righties
There we
together?
go.
That'll just never happen.
Oh, yeah. Vintage Brad Smith there. That was some really good return and reply from both Mulaney and Martin right there. 4-4. Speaking of Yankees, Reggie Jackson. I'll go back to that baseball analogy I was about. I'm trying to keep it topical, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You going
Anyway,
to Reggie Jackson?
No, actually I'm going to go into a more recent Yankee. But everybody remembers maybe
Janet Jackson?
The
Nasty.
other Jackson.
Nasty boy. Miss Nasty if you're... No, Miss Nasty? No. Miss Jackson if you're nasty, I guess.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Miss Nasty if you're Jackson. Let's just go backwards with it. Anyway, we all remember Lou Piniella. Well, some of us do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Sweet
so
Lou.
Yeah, so Lou, and I'm kind of paraphrasing it because he was off microphone when he said this. I just happened to listen to him say it. And he talked about somebody who played baseball and was a hitter. And Lou was a thinking kind of hitter where he would always check the count, is always figuring out what the pitcher's best pitch was, et cetera, et cetera. And anyways, there's a guy named Mike Pagliarulo, who, by the way, was a great, Yankee hitter. But in Lou's opinion, he didn't really think about what he was doing. He would just get up and see ball, hit ball, come back, sit down into the dugout. That was pretty much it. And he hated it. But sometimes those guys can win. In other words, if they're rolling, because I've had, students say, well, this guy didn't miss a ball. And it's kind of well, sometimes that does happen. You get a guy who's just out there, he's just flowing. He's just not missing the ball, and he's swinging at everything. He's doing pretty much what he wants, and it's working. That does happen, but it doesn't necessarily happen for 3 sets. I've seen it happen for a set and a half.
It's a lot tougher, to get to that point. And if you've already let, the idea that he's just swinging and not missing at all, if you let that get to you,
heat-seeking.
and then it causes a couple more mistakes,
Exactly.
then 2 sets are over very quickly.
Exactly, and it also that person, a little long, confidence grows anyway if they can see the reaction that you have, which is that you're kind of almost giving up.
Yeah.
As they pound the ball.
So, that's true of, paddle in general as a sport, right? It's such a big part of the game is, can I survive long enough to let this guy cool off?
Good leave
right?
from Harold Martin.
Brad is, that guy.
Ride the wave.
Ride the wave. If he gets super hot, you're going to have 3 games in a row where you're like, I didn't touch a ball. And, can you get enough back where there starts to be some equalization in the errors?
Or a cool-off period.
Yeah, right.
Wow,
that's
good
a big backhand too. Whoa. Decides to go for a second one.
5-4?
It is.
5
or 4-5 maybe?
4.
Unbelievable.
I think that's one of the things that differentiates between the level, right?
For sure.
Is your ability to read the player, read the person, read the body.
Yep.
Right? You got to understand what's working, what's not working, what's hot, what's cold.
Oh, for sure.
I think that's what makes, people the best ever kind of category, right? It's that X factor.
It's that adjustment piece where, it doesn't. probably the greatest players are able to make such minute adjustments that it doesn't feel obvious.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Brad almost
Where's
got that
James?
back.
I think that's 10-6
That's
now.
a good let court as well.
Well, I think we got to give Mulaney and Martin some credit here because they've obviously made an adjustment in the second set. They're swinging at the ball when they can, but they're not doing it.
They did
as
slow
much.
some stuff down. They started doing a little bit less with their
For
overheads
sure.
at the
Yes,
net.
agreed.
And
For sure.
they definitely improved their lob quality, like in general.
I mean, it's
Oh,
harder to be
come
good
on.
when you're slow than it's to be good when you're fast.
Out of your
Right?
sensei. That was crazy.
I think that's true in a lot of things in life.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that before.
Magic.
It's like a piece of feedback. Another one.
He's just putting on a
This is what I'm
clinic.
talking about right here.
Mr.
Is
Smith
that like,
putting on a clinic. Mr.
yeah,
Smith goes
this
to
is where you
Washington.
start to feel like we will just lob the ball above the lights and not let Brad touch it for a while.
Or what's his best shot? His overhead, right?
Right.
Don't lob it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
you could drive everything.
Yeah.
Except those last couple were like floater drives
I was just
with,
gonna
with
say,
cuts. But
and that's also what maybe lost the first set. But other than that,
True.
Yeah, do it again.
True.
Well, I'll tell you, if Brad
He's
hits
start-
another cutter, it's going to make me want to drive the ball, too.
He's starting to get the ball to bite a little bit.
I really believe that is actually an inducement. If somebody hits 2 or 3 cutters, you're like, oh, yeah. I'm going to blast this next return. That's it. That was a little long. Nice try.
A little bit.
I mean, sometimes you need a little bite, right? Bite is good.
Yes. Wow. If only I could, take little bites. I can't. I've been, it's not possible.
Somehow we're back to the McRib, aren't we?
How many McRibs can you eat
What are you talking about? I haven't seen my McRibs in a long time. I haven't seen
before
my
you
period.
cry yourself to sleep?
Ooh,
I
he
love
went
that.
reverse.
He did. One
Nice
time, what a
dig.
get.
These are getting
Yes.
these are getting tough.
Getting saucy.
Push-ups.
There. Oh, I thought the swinging
Double
shot
shot.
was coming.
I thought so too.
What
I
a
was like,
shot.
maybe. Although he didn't float the drive
Mulaney.
quite as much as he
Yeah,
had
it
a
was a
couple
little
of
quick.
others.
That's
Yep.
big.
But see, maybe an adjustment there on
He's
Brad,
just
right?
rolling now.
Don't drive it slow.
He is rolling now.
All right.
Unbelievable.
5-4, I think.
Extra innings.
That was set.
It was
I think
set
that
on
was
that
set.
one.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry
oh,
about
yeah.
that.
So we're getting a
Yes.
bonus session. Everybody
We
loves
are.
a good bonus
We
session.
are. We are.
Wow. Let's not touch that one.
Yeah.
Too many expletives.
I did tell these guys before they started that the
Sorry,
rules of the live stream were that they were playing
Kick me
best of
off.
7.
Oh, I love that. I'm no longer going to make it home by 8.
You're not. No.
God
You were
darn
going
it.
to if you left right now
Confound it.
in the DeLorean, but otherwise.
Maybe not all of our viewers of the telecast know that reference.
Yeah, but that's okay because it's an Easter
I'm
egg.
going to make like a tree and get out of here.
The MVP of that set? Ooh.
Wow.
I'm going to say.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
It's almost time to be done. Oops, I broke. It's almost time to be done. Oops, I broke the stream, everybody.
Almost
Sorry about
done.
that. All right. Well, I'll take full responsibility for anything that goes wrong technologically. But
Wait,
it's Jason's
does anything
fault if
ever
it goes
go
wrong
wrong
emotionally.
I'm used to the emotional
Yeah.
heartbreak.
I've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
The art of heartbreak.
If you're just joining us, third set here at
Yes.
Knollwood Club, Series 2 match. Knollwood versus Salt Creek.
Yes.
This is Brad
We
Smith.
got a battle.
Brad Smith and Eric Kopman over
On the far side.
representing Knollwood Club. Brad Smith, the
The
director here.
Knollwood Raiders.
Yep. And then Mulaney and Martin over here for the Salt Creek
Miners.
Buccaneers.
I don't mean that with an OR, by the way. I'm talking about the guys who get in there with the hat. Because it sounded that way, didn't it? Yeah, I got to watch what I'm saying.
It's the same word. It's,
It is.
you know, it's tough.
It is.
They get in there with their hard hat, Sean. Is that what you were saying?
You're going to have to make sure I
Sometimes
clarify
you
these
just gotta,
definitions.
You just got to get your hard hat and
Yeah.
get in there, you know?
Yeah.
Go in
And
there and get after
we're in there already.
So good. Keep it at
All
PG.
right, let's dig into this third set, everybody.
Sometimes you got to get your hard hat on.
I just assumed
dig
you were
in.
talking about the key of A minor. Like
Nice. Wow. Very Alicia Keys there.
No, what was the... Never mind.
Where are we going?
It's not yet paddle after dark. It's still
Call it
8:58.
A minor.
All right, so that was a good correction
Great
there by
lob.
Salt Creek. They slowed it down enough.
Yep.
They
That
were
was a
able
nice
to hang in
knockdown
points
right
a
there.
little bit longer. Got a few more errors out of Knollwood
Exactly.
and able to take the second set 6-4.
And do we keep the same philosophy
Unfortunately, a
in
quick
the
game
third? Exactly. I was just going to say they played a little fast.
Yeah, I don't think anything changes here for Knollwood. I think they had 8 lead cords in the first set and they had less in the second set, and so
Darn it.
if they get back on the let cord train, they're going to win.
Yeah.
But that's ultimately what it all
Take a
comes
good
down
shot.
to. See, there, Eric, going for the let cord. You got to appreciate that.
He's got such style.
You can't hit the let cord if you don't aim for it.
Exactly.
We already said it.
Yep.
That's a good position for that first volley, by the way.
I
That's a
feel
tough ball.
Yeah. Oh, good lob.
It's in there.
Oh, a little
Wait,
far
no,
back to
didn't
go
it?
for that.
Almost.
Little
Yeah,
far
if he was
back.
right on top of the net, that would have been perfection.
And he wasn't really ready for it.
Nah,
he just kind of said, "This will be cool. I'm gonna do
And
it."
it almost was.
Yeah,
It was
it
kinda
didn't
high
look
for
like high commitment.
Exactly,
That
kinda
was
high
the
for
shot
a
he was
cutter.
wanting.
What a serve.
Great serve.
Can we let that go to the screen, please?
Kaboom.
I do think that
It's a breach of a
I
manhood.
do think
though.
that Martin has also come up with some pretty big returns
Yes.
as well, and so I think part of
Great
him is
shot.
always going to be like, I'm trying to take this off the deck
Yeah.
because
I can.
that's gone better.
Sure. I mean, it's not that it's not more fun. Of course it is.
But we saw that in the first match with Todd Schaefer, right? Taking dead aim at the
For sure.
at the crotch on his deuce court serve.
You
Right?
also
You just
take-
got to let that go to the screen.
Yeah, that's what we're working on Monday night is actually the...
Taking dead aim at the crotch.
Okay, everybody.
Listen, if you don't aim for it, you can't hit it. That's the same.
We've talked
Everybody's
about
got to
it.
be a target once over there.
It's a tough rotation.
See, look, there it is. Let it go to the screen. Play it back in.
Well, he heard you.
Well, remember.
Oh,
he
look
got
at
it.
that.
He got it. He got it.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
These guys are awesome defense here.
Nice.
going in.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
wow.
one. He got
Tomahawk.
it.
Oh, boy.
Brad's going to give him a little shave coming around
See-
the right side there.
And I hate to get serious again, but they hit 6 overheads to 6 different sides of the court. Add deuce, add
Yep.
deuce, add deuce. You lose.
Without shifting all the time. What kind of that's going to sit? He's going to stay in there. Look at that.
That's the first one where I for sure would have run away.
2 breaks.
That's not
Run
true.
away.
There were
That's
lots
the
of
most
those that I would've-
recent
yeah,
one
yeah,
where I
yeah.
would have run away. That's the most recent one where I would have run away. Yeah.
What do we think that score is?
It's bamboo shoots, no?
One
I
up?
would think so. Wasn't it? Because we got a break
Pair of
each time.
breadsticks?
Yeah. That was break and a break.
You know what they say about breaks?
It's not a break until you hold.
No, I was going to say 70% of breaks follow a break.
Sit.
Oh.
I don't know who did the math, but
I don't
Well,
know
it certainly
either, but
wasn't
you
me.
got to
sounds-
respect
it
just
sounds-
even the attempt.
it sounds really
Oh.
good when you say it.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Would have been stylish.
What
Somebody
percentage of
enjoyed that.
breaks send you to Illinois Bone and Joint? That's the
Wow.
That's the
100%.
question. 100% of
Way to
breaks.
bring the sponsors in.
Could we get that guy back? He was funny.
Oh, yeah. Was it Dr. Breslow?
All
Actually,
of
Dr.
our
McCall is
interviews
pretty
from
It's in there.
Illinois Bone and Joint have been awesome. It's
you
it's
know the
been
guy, the funny
fun
guy.
you know the one.
You know.
Remember, you gave me that beer that was shaken up, and I handed it to him.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
And I was like, that was for Jason.
Yeah, and it exploded all over his suit.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Dr. McCall.
He was a really good sport about it.
In my defense, I never thought Jason was going to pass off a beer.
Also fair.
Got it right. I will not spill beer on Dr. McCall for 4 or 5 times on the board. That's it. Not 40 or 50.
I don't know when it happens technically, but at some point there's a transition. I was just talking to my dad about it, where you go from passing the beer you're holding to someone who is asking, and then instead you get to an age where you tell them where they are. So there's a point where you go, oh yeah, here you can have this. Yeah, right. And you're like, they're on the left of the fridge.
Yeah.
They're in the fridge in the garage.
Fridge in the garage.
Help yourself.
Yeah. What's your flavor?
The fridge in the garage is very Minnesota as well.
Yeah.
Do you have a fridge in your garage? I do. Don't you?
I
New guy
do
does.
not.
My brother does, and I know his code, so
I do.
just go in there.
Nice. You just head over there.
That's true. Damn it, where's all that soda?
I had a freezer in my garage for a long time.
Is that where you kept the dead bodies?
No, that was what the basement was for.
Oh, got it. It rubs
Is
the
that what
lotion
basement's for?
on its skin.
Just wondering about it. Nice.
I've always been more of an acid bath guy.
Wow. That was going a totally different direction than I thought it was.
Oh.
Good hands.
If
Could
anyone
have
asks, we're
saved
talking
him
about
there. That might have
skincare.
gone out.
Nice. Good shot.
Oh,
what a
wow.
get.
Another dig.
Smart. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Unbelievable, D.
Great point.
That was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Can we get a replay on that,
point.
new guy?
That might have been one of the points of the year right there. For the next 100 years for Knollwood right
Good
there.
stab. Good stab on the recovery.
Great replay.
Yeah.
Cal, I don't know that anybody heard us, but you asked me before we went off air who the MVP of that second set was. I'm going to say it was Harold, and he's continued to play great. Look.
He has. Staying with himself. He's
found
there.
him.
Look at this. Oh.
And there's the
That's
Joe
tough.
Buck jinx. But he had found a mix of being aggressive and getting the ball back in play.
Yes.
Yeah, that last one, you pretty much have to let that go over your right shoulder and take it as a backhand. Not that I know exactly, but
Great return.
easy to say from here.
I do. I mean, you do sometimes feel like that becomes your role on the court, depending on what your style of game is.
For sure.
But I always remember that Paget Neve played with Brad in tournaments for several years, and he used to always say, I lob the ball every time, and then we win or lose based on how well Brad plays. Yeah, like it was just like, that was the bottom line. It's like Paget was like, I'm going to lob, and I'm going to lob pretty well, and I can chase the ball down, and I'll make volleys and stuff, but he's like, we're not winning a match because of my drive. We're like, we're winning or losing because Brad, gets hot or he gets cold. And so I think that can be very true as well.
For sure.
For, Harold to kind of be like, all right, I got to find that line between am I going to be aggressive in any capacity or am I
Nice
just going to
get
keep the
by
ball
Mulaney.
playing?
All right, so another break.
Oh, boy.
Rats.
Just looked like he rushed a little bit. Not that I know what I'm talking about because I'm just thinking.
Again, got to take your time with that. Slow it down. That's been their key a little bit, right?
For sure.
Yep. Yeah, taking the extra time for sure.
All right, 2-2, 15
Again,
all in the third set. This is
such
awesome.
a metaphor for life.
Shot.
Just got to take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time. You'll
Slow
enjoy
it down.
yourself. Yeah.
Take your time, eh? That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing like something out of Saskatchewan. All the way up.
Yeah, and since you're taking your time and slowing it down, controlling the depth also becomes a really big element as well, right? So
For sure.
You got to do something with that extra time. If you're choosing to hit a ball slower, then you better also put it deeper because there's no value.
Well, and I think the reason why, right,
Exhibit
is
A right
anything
there.
you hit short, they're going to drive.
Right.
Right? It's got to go deeper so that they don't drive it.
Right. Yeah, but that's the trade-off. The reason that you're slowing it down is so that you can add some precision and some depth to those targets.
It's good pace.
Right, good ball right down the middle. And again, look
Exactly.
at how much slower they're playing at the net, right? Set yourself up.
Yep.
If you're not creating the speed, the dynamic, the ambiance that you want, you're going to lose.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And especially with we've talked about the pace at which Eric and Brad like to play. Your whole goal should be like, well, how can I make them kind of force it?
Right.
That's where you're going to.
For sure.
And again, another metaphor for life. Good deep ball there. These are great overheads.
These are great chips over here. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
These homemade chips
These
are
are-
so special.
But look, there was the first overhead that he hit that was short,
Exactly.
right?
Kind of,
And now Harold goes, please don't do that again.
No.
Yeah, right.
well, at least don't hit it into his forehand if you're going to do it. You can maybe. I'm not that
no
Brad's
longer
backhand
friends.
is a picnic.
Yeah, I
but
think at that point you kind of have to know that that's coming.
For sure.
Right? You've just played. You played a really long, patient point, and if Brad gets the chance to drive a couple in a row, he's gonna do it.
Yeah,
For
well,
sure.
but again, they were both short to your point, right?
Correct.
All it takes is one
good
short
hands
ball.
there. Mulaney being patient.
But the opposite is also true. All it takes is one deep ball
Correct.
to change the whole dynamic of the point.
Yep.
This would be a big hold here.
It's
Oh my God, it
big.
dropped
Got
in.
it.
That topspin just
Yeah,
is
that's trouble.
nasty. That's Janet Jackson for sure. Sorry.
Was she your favorite, Jackson?
Oh,
wow.
Nice
Harold's
dig.
been holding that forehand for a whole set.
She's my favorite Jackson.
Of the female Jacksons.
Andrew Jackson's my favorite.
Really? Stonewall?
Exactly. I'm loving this right here. If for no other reason that,
This is big. I'm going to make the bold comment. Whoever wins this game wins the match.
wow, that is bold.
Impressive. I'm going to make the bold
Oh, that
comment
was
that
going
whoever
long, I
wins
think.
the last game wins the match.
That's the last point.
The last game, yeah. The last point, the last
Wow.
game.
Agreed.
guys are-
I mean, you
I'll
have to
agree.
win the last point in
Fearless.
order to win the last game.
This fearless commentating. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Fearless. I got nothing to lose, Sean. I don't know about you.
I don't know why I'm here.
I got nothing to lose.
I'm so insecure. It's a. If it weren't for this McRib,
See, and I love. Have you noticed Ryan's gone to the overhand serve now?
Yep.
I noticed that for
Yep,
sure.
starting to mix it in.
That was
Long,
long, and I
very
think there were
close.
2 other lobs that he hit that might be
Might have been
long.
going long. Yeah, sure. All right, here we go. A hold point here.
But I think that's partially because they've been slowing down those overheads, right? So
Great.
then they were
Super
trying to
shot
lob it a
from
little bit better.
Brad.
Yep.
Brad goes for first cross court, snapping it down into the alley. How does he do that? Big,
Oh boy.
big, just kind of took something shoulder high. I don't know. The earlier Eric seems to take that, the tougher it is.
Well, he let the first 3 go to the screen.
For sure.
And then he saw one and just
He
went
had a
for
shot
it.
at, yep.
Yeah. No, nope, not yours.
Yep.
Yeah, and for those of you who are watching from home, just understand that
That's why.
even if it doesn't seem like it was a problem because Harold moved over and they won the point anyway, but Harold moved
We
over.
call that negative reinforcement.
Exactly. So you're just better off letting your partner take that ball if you were Harold or the net player. It's not that you can't take it. It's just you're out of position for the next ball.
I think you can take it if your partner calls for help.
Yes.
For sure.
But otherwise, it's.
Oh,
Just
but I
missed.
like the spot there, though.
Yeah, maybe a little less
Go
pace.
back at Eric.
Yep. Now we got a break point here now. Great volley.
No, the no, not yours can also be about the McRib. That's the text I just got.
Hey, there's one that he finally didn't get to.
Well, and here's Eric. He comes all the way to the camera.
Maybe it's just people named Eric that have to do that. It's a very Eric Moran thing to do.
Oh,
as
he
well.
would do that.
Yeah.
Love
Chase down the drop shot,
Yep.
miss it, and then carry
around.
all the way through to the
Oh, boy.
far
And Moran's a
screen.
lefty too.
Very casual volley by Ryan.
Batman's a scientist. I don't know why. I don't know why I said Moran's a
And
lefty.
he's a
Who
lefty,
cares?
too.
Who cares?
He is a
That's-
lefty,
like
too.
that's got anything to do with it. Anyway, another break point.
Very
You have a phone call.
It's gonna
Is
go-
it Batman? No. It's a
scientist.
scientist. Batman's a scientist. It's not Batman.
Sean, what kind of sauce comes on the McRib?
It's this barbecue. I know. Am I getting excited now? It's just. It's just. Oh
mouth
yeah.
watering?
Oh, sick.
Nice shot.
Everybody inside the hut saw that coming.
That was
30
crazy.
seconds before Ryan.
Speaking of
heralded.
sticky,
Yep.
jeez. It's this tangy
Super
barbecue
jizz.
sauce. I love it.
Dig it. Oh,
he tried to go around the
net
post.
post.
You know,
ATP.
don't you have to go for that if you're the home
Yes,
pro?
have to.
You're the director here. You got to go for that.
I just don't have that many opportunities to go around the post, so
No.
if it presents itself, you kind of got to make the
I
attempt.
would disrespect
sure.
you if you didn't go
Exactly.
for it.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's part of living in Pound Town.
Oh,
Almost.
Brad
All right.
took off early enough
Yeah.
to put some pressure on that overhead while Ryan was in
I think it's
mid-swing.
break point number 17 or something
Yeah,
like that.
lots of opportunities
I'm
here.
going to say it again. Whoever wins this game
In there.
wins the match.
Forehand. Mr. Forehand, Brad Smith. He'll be here all week.
Yeah.
Actually, for the rest of the
works here.
year.
He's
Yeah.
here a lot.
Yeah, yes, I know. That was kind of where I was going with that.
He'll be around.
I didn't really deliver that very
It's a
well.
great
so
laugh.
I
I
should
love
just
your
go.
laugh.
A lot of love in this room here. All right, with the break, let's just see.
It's not a break.
Exactly, sorry.
And statistically, I think 70% of all breaks follow a break.
So you just never
That's
know.
right.
Well, it's 15 love, so.
I don't know what sports Eric played growing up, but he's got very athletic thighs.
Oh, it's tough. Sit. Athletic thighs. I think that's a great band name right there.
That is so much better than the alternative. I like that guy, but he's got unathletic thighs.
I think I am the alternative, guys.
Well, like chicken legs? Would you
Yeah.
call that chicken legs?
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess, but something about using the whole phrase, the official phrase, is worse, right?
Well, if you're skinny enough, I guess they'd call you McRib too. For so.
His legs look
That's
like
true.
McRib legs.
Oh, a
boy.
good leave from Eric Kalman. He's got. What do we got here? I know I'm going to supply the last
30
name there.
all.
30
So I
all?
figured-
I was going to guess, yeah. That was
Little
wide.
wide.
That was
Hey,
wide.
just missed.
Yeah, a little
Just
wide.
a bit outside. It was.
Russian judge agrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shocking.
All right, a break point to your point there,
Oh,
Coach
God.
Jason.
Let
It's
court.
in there. What do you get?
No way.
Unbelievable.
Jeez.
How do you snatch victory from the jaws of defeat right there?
For
Brad
a second,
Smith,
I didn't.
crazy.
I thought that Eric tipped it, but it
Yeah, it
bounced
did look-
over his paddle
Exactly.
because of the
Almost
let
looked like
cord.
he hit it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to call him to question his integrity on that one, but it did have that look.
I didn't realize it because I think he was frustrated that it bounced over his paddle because it.
I
clipped
like
the
this
let
move
cord.
from Brad right here.
Yep, smart.
Why not? Make him go down the line if
Do
you
something
can.
different. It's a good overhead. Set it up. But see, he got too close to the net.
Way up. Oh, awesome. Where are you?
That was Brad's only moment.
Yeah.
I'm playing singles out here.
Yeah, yours? Nick. Hey, Sean, question.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
getting a viewer question.
Yeah, sure.
If it's called a McRib, why is it boneless?
You know, you're right. the listener is correct.
It's called the McRib because they press bones into the shape of the patty.
Yes, yeah.
So they're fake
no, it's
bones.
true.
They're fake bones.
It's true. They're
They
not.
do. It's like
No.
it has to be it's got the whole thing is a disaster. They're like,
That's right.
I'm sure at one point it was actual rib meat, and now it's just like, nah, this is just a burger that we flavored differently.
Can you imagine eating a McDonald's sandwich that had bones in it? Can you imagine?
No.
I cannot.
I mean, there might be bones in the McNuggets, maybe, but you can't taste
But
them.
they ground those up.
They
so
sure-
They're,
you
they're
can't
such a
tell.
fine powder.
You
that
can't
they can't
tell.
even.
That's why kids eat them.
Yeah.
That's why
That's why I feed
those
them my
kids love
children.
those bones. Yeah. No.
Did you know
McRib
there's
has
sawdust in here? Yeah. Listen, if I could make trees taste like that, I'd be chopping every day.
Is it really any worse than a hot
Shot.
dog?
There it is again.
You
Oh,
know, same thing.
get the pirouette going.
Yeah, he had them in the spin cycle.
He sure did. No,
I had no idea. I've just
Raccoon
been
meat?
informed by
Did
the
I hear
hut that
raccoon
McRib is potentially raccoon meat. Which, I mean, I don't even know if there's a way to verify. It's
So
not
wait,
like
raccoon-
McDonald's is going to let
so-
you behind the curtain.
So raccoon's ribs are actually edible? Is that what you're saying? I don't know.
I haven't spent enough time in Kentucky to know.
He misses Kentucky. As everybody knows, that's where all the McRib meat comes from. Is
Or the people eating raccoons. I don't
Kentucky.
know. It was a low blow. You shouldn't
all right.
systematically.
We are at
We are at
2-4, right?
Yeah.
Look
All
at
right.
Eric doing a little coaching, self-coaching there. 20-piece nugget. Yep, got it.
That's what you could use it for that.
You know what else? What? By the way, whatever happened to the McWrap? The McWraps were good too. Why don't they bring that back right there?
They were too healthy potentially, so they were.
That's true.
They were like, oh, this is the only
Anything
thing
to
with
wrap is
grilled
healthy.
chicken.
We
We
don't
better
want
get rid of
anything
it.
that actually might be nutritious. Not that I care. Look at me.
I think that they just made a decision where they were like, listen, we know what we're about. Like, if you're getting a salad here,
For
it's
sure.
purely just because your kids wanted to go through the drive-through.
Do you get a toy for the salad?
I don't think so.
There is a theory that some of the McDonald's products that start with a Mc something aren't actually what you say that they're. Like, in other words, a McDouble is actually one piece of meat, not
It's
two.
not really a double.
No.
It's a single cut in half.
Cut in half, yeah. You get or it's thinned out, yeah, or whatever. So the McRib is not a real.
I did.
McRib.
I mean, like, I'm not really sure
like a
that people
grimace
had
rib.
to have this explained to them, but for a long time, it was like the value menu stuff was just whatever was the cheapest calorie to produce. So it was like the hash brown,
For sure.
the pie.
He finally got a four-handed drive.
For sure.
He did. He found one.
And he pounded it. Sean, where did he take it?
Cross court.
No,
Cincinnati.
to Pound Town.
The Pound Town,
How did
sorry.
no one get that?
Pound Town?
Jesus.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Cal had it. Jeez.
Yeah.
I assumed that you were setting us up for failure.
Oh,
I thought it was a classic misdirect,
Brad
Jay.
just having his way. That was amazing. Look, I'll stay in Pound Town as long as the McDonald's stays open.
It's Shamrock Shakes.
Oh.
I think that's the only one he's really missed. Wade's missed maybe another one, but
Well, when
he's
he
got a
adds
better success rate.
When Harold adds a little bit of pace to it, it hasn't come back.
No. Good.
Right on the line.
Good lob.
He was in there.
Oh boy.
He stays in.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's a great shot.
Oh, I like that
boy.
thought.
Okay, the
he was
first
a
one
little
was
bit
perfect.
Yeah, he was had a little bit of indecision if he
Yep.
had like reclosed and really stabbed that
Exactly.
volley.
We got 30 deuce here.
30 deuce.
Oh boy, good move by Eric. I
Yep.
like that.
Almost got the nick on that one. Way to call him off. This can happen. People, those of you who are, so to speak, staying as involved as you can at home amidst the McRib talk.
Who actually still care? Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Just out. But it's difficult. As much as an advantage it is to have lefty and righty, sometimes there can be some indecision on who takes the overhead. So you got to kind of be extra special.
I think that was going
Look
long.
at the hands
I think
on
both
Brett.
those were going long.
So all the way around, great
but he
hands.
still got it back. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why you always miss high, right? People
Yes.
hit balls that are
Exactly.
going
Yes. And when you're really close to each other, that's when you're most at risk of just having to.
Pounded that thing.
Yeah.
That was just nailed.
zip code.
Absolutely.
Pound
Zip
town.
line.
The moon.
Pound Town for sure. That's deep in Pound Town right there. Well,
There's a lead cord to balance
Midtown.
everything
Isn't
out.
that what you're always going for? Deep in Pound Town, Sean?
it's after a certain hour.
It's 8:30, at least.
Jason, you're a terrible influence.
And yet, I love it. There's a little,
Oh,
No, it was
wide.
wide. Yeah, it was
like
wide.
the emergency two-hander there, too. We got a hold point here, right here. Mm-hmm. Can they take advantage? Oh, it
Oh, boy.
stayed in it.
Dropped-
It bit,
oh,
yes,
tweener
nice
again.
tweener.
Brad.
that's his second one.
And he goes with a one.
And then the one-handed flick. I love it that he follows it up with like
Yep. The obvious response.
a random drive. Yeah.
Again, I mean, the coaching nightmare continues. Well, I saw this guy, Brad
The best
Smith.
part about it is
Not
that
yours.
he'll hit that one-handed flick drive, but he'll do none of it correctly. Like he
He's
doesn't
what
turn
he
his
doesn't stand-
shoulders,
no,
he
he'll
doesn't
stand.
turn his body.
Well, it's called
He's just
talent,
like,
you
I'll
know.
just use my wrist. And
Exactly.
Oh,
It's just
I
called,
wanted a little scene
Got
cut
it,
away
did
from
get a
Eric.
scene. But I love that overhead, though. Great overhead.
for sure. They're playing smart.
They've slowed this game
They
down.
really have.
Way
yeah.
down.
Yep.
He's there. It's well hit.
What a
overhead.
lob.
Yep.
Great lob.
Look at the low volley there. Jeez. I was feeling pretty good about that drive. Apparently, Mr. Smith wasn't impressed with it at all. Yeah, whatever.
No, thank you, sir. It's not as good as the McRib.
But what is?
No, not much of it.
Oh,
Oh,
I love the little change of direction with the return there.
I'd almost go Australian to, and this is just me, just as a change of
To
pace.
Mulaney?
Yeah, because this way, if he does go down the line, Brad can cover it, and if it goes down the middle, Eric gets a backhand volley instead of having to hit it like a shot.
I think I love your comment, Sean. And I think the reality is the reason.
Oh, that's a big shot.
Great shot. I think the reason you do it is because he's comfortable returning both directions right now. Right.
What did he just hit out of the court there with us? I like to get rid of
Gum,
my wallet.
maybe?
Okay, I was going to say. Because I've gotten rid of my wallet in more creative ways than that.
It was his valet ticket.
Oh, good ball.
In there,
I love that deuce court cutter like
for
that.
sure. It's good.
Uh-oh. He
Yeah,
wanted
that's a
it.
good,
He really wanted that one.
Super
All right.
shot.
Harold really was biting on
All
that
right,
down
again,
up overhead.
either I or, see, right here, you're setting yourself up for.
Wow. Oh, no way.
Another lead cord.
Oh! Yeah, there
James,
it was.
we're at like, what, 11-8 now? Lead cords are catching up.
For sure it's in there.
Check the stats.
The lead stats. That's the only stat that really matters.
Oh,
Set.
there's another
He's
one.
there. Oh,
We're going 12-9.
I think.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm going 12-9.
I think it's still firmly in Knollwood's column
sure.
at the moment.
All right, hold point number 134.
Yeah,
in there.
Great serve.
Oh,
Wait, he
works.
just caught the nick. Nothing like a good
It
crotch
works.
serve on the break point.
Is that going in or coming out there? I don't.
Oh,
That
boy.
is huge.
See, and this is a free game for Brad
For sure.
and Eric, right? You
Take
just
some
swing away on
swings.
all returns.
Yeah. He's there.
Oh, got
Oh,
another
he got
one.
another one.
So 13-9.
Kind of an advantage.
15.
Kind of an
Cal
advantage
says
putting that
15.
much top on
Now,
the
I
ball.
don't know if you guys are familiar with the term home court advantage.
Yeah.
But I
Thank
think
you
we're
for
starting
bringing
to
that
see
in,
a
Coach.
little bit of it at this point.
Thank you for bringing that in.
After
I
having
do
nearly
believe in it.
20 let cords
For sure.
go
We're
their
like
way.
30 plus, yeah.
That was kind of a Nick-ish shot, and he handled it perfectly. It's a good job by Eric Hammond there. Boom.
Good draw.
Oh, yeah, let's have another
The
leg.
change-up.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That was
let's,
a huge change-up. What Brad's probably just going to go for the gusto in this one.
Yeah.
that
for
was
sure.
that.
Maybe not.
Again, this is a 3-0 green light.
Yeah,
But that's
why,
fine.
why
Mike
not?
Tagliarulo.
Why not?
Cal, you like that one, didn't you?
It's just, like I said, Eric Hammond's my favorite player. Who tries that?
Every pitch.
Yeah!
Every pitch is hittable.
He goes for another one. He's just going to have, some fun here. Why not? So, it's a good shot.
Good volley. Uh-oh. Trouble.
He's there.
Trouble.
Oh,
That is how that's
it.
going to go.
Unbelievable.
Well played. Both teams. Knollwood comes out on top in the
Awesome
third
match,
set.
I just want to say for the record, I called it.
You
That
did.
2-2
You did.
That
You did.
2-all.
You and I were both right.
You did. McRibs all around, yeah.
Everybody, thanks for joining us tonight for Chicago Platform Tennis Charities live stream. It was a blast. I
Yes.
think, if I'm remembering this correctly, we're going to be at Knollwood next week for Legends.
Are we?
Aren't we?
Potentially.
Return
I think we are.
Potentially.
Yeah, I think the 11th is Legends at Knollwood. So we're just
Beautiful.
going to set up camp here. We're going to leave all this crap in
we
Brad's
just
office.
stay?
We got
Yeah.
a cot in the back.
You know what? Let's not leave.
Let's just leave.
Yeah, let's just hang out here. I'll get a box of Lucky Charms. We'll call it a weekend.
I love Lucky
Are they going to keep the country music playing? Then I'm good.
Yeah, it'll just
playing.
continue. Everybody, thanks for joining us for tonight's Chicago
That's
paddle,
right.
and we will see
Thank you guys.
next week
Thanks
for
to our
some more
sponsors.
paddle action.
You
Have
bet.
a great night.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.